Michael, Shawn, and the Takeover Legends, where nothing's off limits. Free Agent Radio.
Baby, tap in. Tap in.
Tap in. Good morning, Monday. We here. Mike, Shawn, and the Takeover Legends, good morning. After a good comedy show last night, we'll get into that. Michael, Shawn, Jay Black, Shawnee Scott, Sexy Mo, everybody in the building. What's good, y'all? Who do I start? Let me see. Only two. One, two. One.
Hot potato. Mighty Mo.
All right, Sexy Mo. How was your goddamn weekend? How was it?
It was wonderful. It was wonderful. I got to spend some time with my fellow daughters, and
what is your fellow daughters? What does that
relax. Remember, I told you I am a new member of the Daughters of ISIS. I know we're not supposed to say that word on air.
No, you're fine. No, go ahead. Go get it.
But yes, and so I spent time with my classmates this weekend, and just really enjoyed getting to know them a little bit better. Yeah. So,
Mo, how single are you? Are you single?
Depends on the day.
No, don't play. Don't play right now.
That's what we're doing right now.
Don't play.
It depends.
Hold on. Let me get you on here on the IG Live.
Sure.
Everybody get on the IG Live because I want to know how single you really are. Like how, if you want to talk. If you don't want to talk, just fucking say it.
Good morning, Stephanie. Good morning, Ashley.
Good morning.
Ashley, and of course, Kathy. Good morning, Kathy.
Good morning.
Damn,
good morning, Kathy. I am on your live. I'm on your live.
Oh, you are? Okay, Jay
Yes.
Black. All right, Jay Black, let me send you this. Bow. Pause. All right, so go ahead, Mo. Tell everybody, how single are you really?
I'm not married. I am an unmarried person who's dating in this crazy.
So are you
world.
single? For real? Are you single? If somebody approached you, you'd be single. All right, oh my God, Mo.
You trying to see? And I feel like I got like
okay. Never mind.
Left swipes on Tinder just now, just because you said that. You made me seem so complicated.
No, you're complicated.
No,
Don Page was good, but...
Good morning, Don. Good morning, Jacqueline. Yeah, that was he asked a simple question: are you single?
Are you single?
Like, well, it depends on what day of the week, and then it was
shout to Jack.
Single.
Jacqueline came to the comedy show last night. Shout to all the comedians who came out and turned. Oh my God, who's the perfect show last night? Shout to Comedian Hot Topic. Shout to Jeff. Shout to Trey Mack. Shout to Luscious Barbie. Amazing comedy show last night. Shout to everybody who came out. Kathy, what's good? Good morning, Stephanie. She said good morning.
Good morning to Steph.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, because Steph said good morning to her. Looks like,
Good morning, Steph.
Showing each other love.
Watch how simple this is. Jay Black, you single?
No, Jay Black is married.
Ask me.
I'm in a committed.
Ask me.
Mike, are you single, Mike?
Hell no.
Okay, so he's not single or single.
So let y'all both live with two human beings.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Jay Black, you married, and I'm working on planning your wedding, Mike.
Yes.
So y'all in a whole different boat than I am.
Wait, when did that start? Who'd you talk to?
Remember that was last week. Last week, remember? You said I was wedding planner, you know what I mean? You just said you just wanted to show up.
Yeah. You're right.
All right.
Okay, so Jay Black is married. Yes, I'm not single, and now we're asking you.
I'm dating.
Exactly. Well, see, dating. So that's all good. Yeah. All right, y'all. Oh, so last night I slept on the couch and I got this knot in my shoulder that's crazy. I couldn't sleep all night and my ribs hurt. And Mo was like, well, you slept on the couch. I was like, yeah, I slept on the couch. She was like, that's what probably happened. Like, I'm in super pain right now. So listen, go ahead.
Do we know why you slept on the couch when you had a perfectly good bed? I'm assuming.
No, I fell asleep. That's all I did. I just fell asleep watching. What was I watching? All American on Netflix. and I fell asleep. And next thing you know, I woke up and I've been in pain like the entire time. I woke up like 2:30 in the morning, so I have not been asleep since then, and it's really killing me right now. So, but I guess it was the couch because the couch is whack. Did y'all watch the Olympics?
Yeah, I watched a lot of the track and field and some of the gymnastics, but mainly all track and field was my main one I kept up with.
So what was your track and field? What was the one thing that you watched that you were like impressed with?
I mean, it was more disappointing. I feel like the USA didn't do what they normally do. They was having issues. So I'm honestly, my takeaway was they left some medals out there. So at least they left some gold medals out there.
But they still won. Do you know they still won more gold medals than anybody in the world?
Oh, it ended up being the final total. They caught up completely in China.
Yeah. They won more gold medals than anybody else. Sexy Mo, what was your sport that you were watching in the Olympics?
I did not watch the Olympics. This go round, I did not watch. I actually was watching the Junior Olympics.
Wait.
I did not.
You ain't watch it at all.
No, I did not.
So we had all these conversations on the show, and you watched it.
I know. No. Oh, I thought you meant like this past weekend. You asked me what did I do this past weekend. I'm like, no, I didn't watch any.
Hold up, pause real quick. Kathy said, massage yourself; it will help. I've been trying to do that for 3 hours. It's right here in my left shoulder.
Do like this, like throw your shoulders forward
I did
and backwards.
Heating pad. Try heating pad.
No, heating pad.
I don't have one.
Look around.
So you didn't watch the Olympics this weekend?
No, I did not. I was busy this weekend.
What were you busy doing?
With the sisters, with the daughters.
I was with the daughters and the sisters. I told you I was with my fellow daughters and my classmates. For those of you who don't know, I am a new daughter of Galkanda number 16. And I'm excited.
Wakanda?
Don't make me fight you.
Oh, no, I didn't hear what you said.
That's off limits too. That's off limits too.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
So what is this? What is this organization? Yeah. Can you explain that, please?
So I am in the Order of Eastern Star. So I'm an Eastern Star and I'm a DOI. So those who are out there who are part of the order, they understand what I am talking about.
So we can't play. That's what you're saying. We can't play.
Right, yeah, just like my finer, you can't play with that either, right?
So do you make money off of it? Do they pay you? Do you get a salary? Do you get an hourly wage or something like with the Eastern?
No, you are leading.
The Eastern Star is the right or yes to the right, right? The Eastern Star.
We lead with a servant heart. So we serve the community. We do a lot of community service and a lot of fellowshipping with one another.
Yeah, they have them out here in Dallas. They have a big organization.
Thank you, Action. Yes, thank you, Action.
It says she's a traveler. Good morning. Good morning out here. She's a traveler.
She's a runner. She's a track star. She's a traveler. Okay. All right. So when did you become part of that team?
So, well, it's not a team, but I became a member. I became a member of OES in 2018, and I just became a new daughter last weekend, actually. Yes. Don't ask. It's complicated. You gotta, you have to be I'm trying to understand. Yeah, but just know that I am doing things for the greater good of my community through all of the organizations I belong to, and I am definitely a servant leader. So,
all right, I feel too much pressure.
Yeah.
Jay Black, what you do this weekend? I feel too much pressure. I feel like we're talking about something that it's so in depth that somebody can get in trouble. So I'm like, all right, I'm not. Thank you. I'm not fucking with it.
Yeah,
right,
she's in the organizations.
I feel like the original Jehovah's Witness. Go ahead, Jay Black.
Oh, you said the rich.
That's the original, like the first one, 20 years ago, like the 20 years ago ones that were like, hello, and knocked on your door. But go ahead, Jay Black. Go ahead.
What I do? Remember I talked about getting a new bed. That came Friday after the show, so that was good. I got to sleep comfortable this week.
Did you sleep good?
I feel good. Unlike Mike, I'm good. My shoulders is good. I ain't got no cricks in the neck. I feel good.
is killing me.
And I took my boy to his first Eagles practice. Eagles,
you brainwashed him with that. Yeah, that was great.
I saw that.
Got him chanting EAGL Eagles. So yeah, I got him doing the chants and the whole nine, learning the fight song. So that was a good daddy and son moment at the stadium.
And God bless. I don't know what's worse, getting part of the Eastern Star or getting brainwashed by the Eagles. I don't know what's worse. Don't
make me pop you.
I don't know what's worse. EAGLES, misery. Y'all know you're about to have a bad season this year, right? Why would you take him there?
Don't say that.
No, first of all, it was amazing. Let me stop before I start playing. It was amazing. I love watching a superhero over there by football. That is nothing better than watching a father and his son and watching some football practice. That is absolutely amazing. Now, he was at a New York Giant practice. But go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
I don't know. Oh no, I'm not. All right. So yeah. So no, that was really fun and different. First, I was a little hesitant, but it was good. It was worth the worth everything, and it was. And because it was for a good cause, I got to save money. Was no parking fees. I was like, oh.
Wait, what was the good cause?
All the proceeds was going to autism awareness. They were
amazing.
Because this year we didn't get to have the I'm also a participant in that every year. The autism cause that the Eagles have, and missing out on having that because of COVID. Having to find creative and new means to raise money. So that's awesome. I'm mad I missed it.
Yeah, it was only 10 hours. I was like, it's right on my alley. 2 $10 tickets, no paying for parking.
He got a great experience though.
Yeah. So that was so that was that capped my little weekend right there.
All right, that is really dope. Stephanie, I watched a little, get a sock, put uncooked rice in the microwave for like 1 minute or so.
Yes.
Get a damp cloth. Wait, what is this about? What is this?
So for your neck, she's trying to help you for your neck.
Lay it in the area, the dry cloth on top of the sock, rice, heat and wet heat that will, all right. I love the fact that you're saying this.
She's trying to help you out.
You sound like a tube sock. Filled with
I
rice.
love the whole. There's no way I'm doing all this. You would have to text me directly because there's no way. So lay it in the area of the dry cloth on top. The sock rice heat
out.
It's wet heat that will work through the muscle. Bam. Dry heat pads. I don't have dry heat pads. It will dry your body out. Okay.
Yeah, she said it's like a tube sock filled with uncooked rice. I never heard of it.
Yeah. Last time I used a tube sock, I was like 11. But okay.
Dirty. That's why I don't pick up any tube socks out of my son's room.
I was 11.
I don't pick up any tube socks out of my son's room.
And it was once, and I was like, "This does not work. This does not work. This is bad."
That was a dry Susie.
Yeah,
that wasn't a wet Susie. That was a dry Susie.
Tube sock filled with uncooked rice. Okay, Stephanie.
All right.
My left. God, this is
that,
painful.
or you can cut. I mean, since you're home alone, you can cut up some onions, warm up some onions and potatoes.
What makes you think I got onions and potatoes? I'm by myself as a dude. I don't have onions, potatoes. All I have is like frozen food and some lettuce and Diet Dr. Pepper. That's all I have. Don Page, stop laughing. Eagle fans, well. All is not lost. Well, Eagle fans are loyal. Even black Eagle fans, even knowing how. All right, we won't get into that. How racist. Oh, my God. Y'all got some racist Eagle fans.
There's racist fans. Racist
everywhere in every sport.
Not with the Raiders. Not with maybe with the Giants. Yeah, all right.
Giants.
All right, so do you have this video of the female robot?
Oh yeah, it was technology is catching up where they're really trying to create robots, and I know they got them starting in video games and things.
And they really talk like real people. They have real body situations going on. Stephanie said tube socks. You can lay it down on both shoulders.
She's not stopping. She want to make sure you try this method.
You want to make sure you all right, Mike?
You're gonna have me in a gay relationship with a tube sock on both shoulders.
A threesome with the socks.
This shoulder is killing me for real. Like, Stephanie, thank you. You have no idea the pain that I'm really trying to just rock. Like, it's crazy. All right, so do you have the female robot? Because this female robot, I always laughed at everybody, but this particular female robot, if I can get one in the way that I want it.
Oh, interesting. You wouldn't need your tube sock. Huh?
I wouldn't need a tube sock.
Where are you going with this?
I mean, I just don't know what the cleanup is. I don't know what the cleanup is.
So,
like, dog, like
I think they sell cleaning items with the actual robot.
Oh God! But this robot was being interviewed, and it's so lifelike. And here we go. Check this out.
For starters, what should I call you?
I'm Chloe. And you? What's your name?
Oh, John. My name is John.
Delighted to meet you, John.
Could you tell us a little about yourself and what you can do, Chloe?
Of course. I'm the first personal assistant built by CyberLife. I take care of most everyday tasks like cooking, housework, or managing your appointments, for example.
And I understand you're the first android to have passed the Turing test. Could you tell us a little more about that?
I really didn't do much, I just spoke with a few humans to see if they could tell the difference between me and a real person. It was a really interesting experience.
But this is the first time in history that man has created a machine more intelligent than himself. I gather your brain can perform several billion operations per second. Is that right?
Absolutely. But I only exist thanks to the intelligence of the humans who designed me. And, they have something I could never have.
Really? And what's that?
A soul.
Whoa.
Savage. She's a savage.
First of all, why would men create something more intelligent than them? But mind you, the entire time, they've been degrading women the entire time. Now they done made an android or whatever the hell.
She's an android.
Damn.
Like our robot, right? Like that movie, they could take over if you get them too much. She wanted a soul.
A smart bitch with no soul.
Our kids, man, y'all better pray for them. Because old white girl that was right there, just play the beginning of her. Just play the beginning. Just play the beginning of the white girl. Just play the beginning of the white girl.
Just the very beginning.
For starters, what should I call you?
I'm Chloe. And you? What's your name?
Oh, John.
Dog, I date her. I ain't gonna lie.
No feelings, no emotions. Just you're here to do a job.
Savage, Mike. Mike, I am only here to please you.
No,
I am not here.
Yeah, but she don't sound like that. But that's the crazy thing. She sounds like a regular human being. Like she really
does.
Let's play the first part again.
For starters, what should I call you?
I'm Chloe.
Oh God, damn. That's like the white girl I saw last night at the comedy show. It's the same person.
But she has no soul.
And none of it.
You can skip the small talk. She may not even want to talk.
Dog.
What do you want to do, Mike?
Like, please. No, but you got to say it the way you're saying it, the way you would say it. Like, that was natural.
Yeah, it was. It was. I think that like when they talk about how they construct these robots to sound more humanistic, they adjust like the canons in their voice.
Are you a robot? You're a robot. You're a robot.
I wouldn't be an android. I'm the upgraded OS model.
Play the white girl again. Play the white girl again.
For starters, what should I call you?
I'm Chloe. And you? What's your name?
Oh, John. My name is John.
Delighted to meet you, John.
Could you tell us a little about yourself and what you can do, Chloe?
Of course. I'm the first personal assistant built by CyberLife. I take care of most everyday tasks like cooking, housework, or managing your appointments, for example.
And I understand you're the first android to have passed the Turing test. Could you tell us a little more about that?
I really didn't do much, I just spoke with a few humans to see if they could tell the difference between me and a real person.
And I understand you're the first android to have passed the Turing test. Could you tell us a little more about that?
I really didn't do much, you know. I just spoke with a few humans to see if they could tell the difference between me and a real person. It was a really interesting experience.
But this is the first time in history that man has created a machine more intelligent than himself. I gather your brain can perform several billion operations per second. Is that right?
Absolutely. But I only exist thanks to the intelligence of the humans who designed me. And, you know, they have something I could never have.
Really? And what's that?
A soul.
Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun. I love that part at the end.
Yo, can you imagine?
Savage.
Can you imagine the head that she's giving out right now? Like that,
I have no soul.
dog. No,
My neck never gets tired.
like I want a
Would you
chick
like for me
to
to
give
keep
head
going?
that has. I need somebody to give head that has no soul. No soul. Suck the soul out of me.
Take it.
Oh no, put Stephanie on there. Put Stephanie in. Crazy. I bet you could date her. Yeah, I could. That's what they want you to do. Get lost in this digital
world.
People, it's gonna happen anyway.
Well, they already have the sex bots out. In China, you can actually buy and order and have shipped over to the United States your own personal, real life like human. They make it out of some type of human touch silicone. You can get a full body scale.
Oh yeah, I watched this show called Love After Lockup, and this guy got like a little torso.
You can get that half torso.
That's all he has.
That's all he has is the middle body of the torso.
You're a pervert. You're a straight pervert. If you
want to upgrade, and you got a couple of dollars, then you can get the whole body. You can get the full.
I want the whole bitch. Give me the whole.
They had them out.
Give me the whole. I want the whole body. I want that same white chick that was like, Mike.
But these don't talk, Mike. These don't talk. These are only for physical
I want the
engagement
one.
only. These don't talk.
No, I want the talking one. Dog, our kids, it's a wrap. iRobot is alive.
It's crazy.
You gotta be kidding me.
But you know, they've been working on these things for years. Even with like military intelligence and stuff like that, they've been working. But for personal usage, this is going to be very interesting. Can you imagine like being married and getting mad with your spouse and they be like, you know what, F you, you know what? What's her name? I'm going to talk to Koi.
Stephanie said people are falling in love with a doll they haven't to have sex
with.
Okay, well, you know, there's some chicks who are dumb as a doll, and there's some dudes who are dumb as a... Listen, this is about to be Nutty Professor. No pun intended. It's about to be so crazy. Like, that white girl was a white girl, like, for real. Like, she scared me. Like, I started liking her.
I have no soul.
Like, I almost asked her IG. Like, for real. We laughing right now. Man, listen. Man. And you know what's so funny? Sexism is so crazy. Sexism is so crazy. Because the first one we got was a girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Mo don't even have a dude that can holler at her right now. Like, Mo talking like she's really like, whatever. Until a dude is telling you, Mike, it sure is. That's scary as heck. Yeah, it is scary.
Hi, Monique. Mm-hmm.
Hi, Monique. Yeah.
What would you like me to do today? Like, yeah.
Don't ask me that.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine how crazy it is if that female does and you're cool? Yeah. Like, she even gives you a little debate back and forth. So it's not like you're dealing with a robot. It's like a real like you say something like, "Well, have you done this?" And she gives you a little feedback. And you're like, "Yeah, I have." And she gives you, "Man, listen, dude, that shit is sick. Hell nah." Stephanie, it is what it is. Watch our kids, Amani, Akela, and Autumn. Their kids are going to be used to dating a damn android robot. Good morning, Mark. What's going on?
Good morning, Mark.
Oh, did you miss it, Mark? Play the robot bitch again. You missed it, Mark. Play it again.
For starters, what should I call you?
I'm Chloe. And you, what's your name?
Oh, John. My name is John.
Delighted to meet you, John.
Could you tell us a little about yourself and what you can do, Chloe?
Of course. I'm the first personal assistant built by CyberLife. I take care of most everyday tasks like cooking, housework, or managing your appointments, for example.
And I understand you're the first android to have passed the Turing test. Could you tell us a little more about that?
I really didn't do much, I just spoke with a few humans to see if they could tell the difference between me and a real person. It was a really interesting experience.
But this is the first time in history that man has created a machine more intelligent than himself. I gather your brain can perform several billion operations per second. Is that right?
Absolutely. But I only exist thanks to the intelligence of the humans who designed me. And, they have something I could never have.
Really? And what's that?
A soul.
Yeah, this might be a movie.
Listen. But you know what? I think that they made the woman first because the woman is more
obedient.
No.
Is that what it was? That what it was? Obedient.
It's easier. It's softer on the eyes. It's more acceptable and more it's easier to put on people.
Obedient.
It's acceptable.
I ain't gonna lie.
That's crazy.
I could have me a robot in the closet and just let her pop up every once in a while.
Did you see how she leaned in? Did you see how they gave her flirting capabilities with the interview guy? She leaned in.
Of course.
She gave sultry eye contact.
The same techniques that women use all the time. It's just basic skills. Women are always no disrespect, Mo, but women are always they're so much more intelligent than guys. Y'all do the same shit all the time. That's why a robot can actually do what you did. Kathy, who put that devil music at the end? It wasn't devil music. It just went boom. Why does boom have to be?
That was like music? A plot twist. Yeah, I agree, Kathy. That was like a plot twist, little boom at the end.
I don't even know. That could be fake from a movie, but who knows? That is crazy.
But the concept of it is definitely real.
I just can't have a doll in my house. Let's just say, technically it's not cheating, but I would have to literally close all the shades in my house. If you really start knocking off a doll, that's when you have really lowered yourself to
Hey, it's a community out there.
Yeah, and technically, I was going to say there is already a community out there that actually engages in sexual experiences with a doll. They have relationships with mannequins.
Yeah,
all kinds of things.
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen that whole mannequin thing and everything like that. And I'm like, what if you go somewhere and you have a doll, and then you're in a community and it's you have your doll and another dude has his doll,
you double dating. You swinging.
But my thing is do you introduce the dolls? And that's weird. That's weird. This is Tabitha.
Not
Samantha. Tabitha and Samantha, how you doing? And then do you move the doll? Because obviously that doll we just showed is expensive. That's $100,000.
Well, that's not a doll. That's artificial intelligence. Yeah. That's high level. That's some high level shit.
Do you have to move the doll to say hi, and move that? And the hygiene in that gotta be dirty. Stephanie, where goes another world where men get to create women? How do you know that? You don't know. In his view, it's the fake ass bitch going to have better rights than a real woman. Why do y'all already?
Well, first of all, you can power her down when you don't feel like hearing her mouth.
Why do y'all already want to
make her do? You can make her do whatever it is that you want her to do. Oh, she probably doesn't even care. She has rights anyway. So you're right. You onto something.
How y'all already want to start fighting?
Women can foresee. Women can tell where this is going.
How about y'all just grab your man and take care of your man instead of worrying about the make-believe chick? How about y'all do that?
Boy just said she ain't got no soul. She said, I can do everything a human can do, except I don't have a soul.
Oh,
she's a whole damn savage.
Oh, and y'all women be so mad at somebody because y'all prize your vaginas. If an android all of a sudden got the vagina, and then all of a sudden y'all let me tell you something. If dudes can buy an Android 7K with the same vagina power, oh, y'all start jumping off of bridges.
Trust me, a woman out there, a woman engineer out there right now is ready, locked and loaded to make an iPhone version, an Apple version of the male, not an Android.
So why is it that we don't have that? Why is it that we don't have that right now?
I'm pretty sure they do. We just probably can't afford it.
Hold on, go back to the last one, Jay Black. Go back to that. Exactly, Mike. You do have a point on that. I know I got a point. Women about to be pissed.
No, because it's gonna be levels to these AI intelligence. They're gonna say, what kind of model you got?
Yeah.
But they could do jobs that a lot of people may not want to do. You know, so it could absolutely
blow jobs, head jobs, top off jobs.
First of all, who said that nobody wanted to do those though? Wait.
I'm talking about landscaping.
Hold on.
Landscaping and cleaning.
Let's be clear. All this shit is based on sex. Now they will
made it, yes.
They will definitely be created to do like jobs and all types of other stuff and everything. But the first origination of this thought process was based on, can we build a woman that can compete with a woman? And you know the Lil Nas X doll is coming out soon, like after that. Like it's not even gonna, I mean,
absolutely.
You gotta have a bisexual or a gay doll.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Wow.
Sure.
Didn't even think about that.
Equal opportunity, even when it comes to technology.
The gay doll, you gonna be like, no, I'm not down with that. And like for real, and then you gotta talk the gay doll into shit. Like
non-binary. You're gonna have to ask for a certain specific model.
Our man robot will come. Captain said our male robot will come with strength, length, and girth. And that's why y'all don't have a doll, because y'all so goddamn. If y'all so fucking particular.
Who's
like, y'all
over Apple? Apple don't let us down. Don't let us down.
Stephanie, clean your ass, clean your stank drawers. Here goes Stephanie. Here. Yes.
Well, the robot is a savage. She says she don't have no soul, so I'm pretty sure she ain't gonna worry about stains in the underwear.
What she deal with. I think she's saying what she got to deal with.
Yeah, but that android's gonna deal with it. True. That android is a man's dream. Like, like yo, cook, clean. I don't even want to say this. Cook.
Why do I feel like you're gonna be in line to get one of these damn things when they come out?
If they're reasonable, are they payment? I just want to know their payment plan.
Is it on Afterpay? That's what you want to know. Is it on Afterpay or Klarna?
Is it $150 a month?
Payments.
So every time Stacey gets on my nerves, I can pull this. I pull this hoe out the closet. Like, hey, Stacey said she not cooking.
Payment plan. I got a payment plan for my robot. Wow. All right.
I want the whitest.
That's gonna be the deciding factor. Hey. And they're probably going to come in all shapes, sizes, and colors.
No, they probably will.
You want it a little tight or you want it a little loose? You want a little round, you want a little fat, you want a little skinny?
Yeah, you want that one that you like. And she has to like you because you program this chick to be like, yo, you really like me.
You better like me.
God, life would be so much simpler if y'all just liked us the way we are. Like if I could just type that thing in like, yo. Like,
but most women who are married or not even married, but if you're in a relationship and you're in a serious relationship, most women worth their weight are going to accept a man for who they are and aren't. Like if somebody tell you they love you, they accept in all of you, your flaws, all of that.
All right, let me read this before I answer that nonsense. You just said, laugh out loud. Stacey's going to be the first with an agreed side chick. You start your shit and put her out. I'm not putting anybody out. Do y'all see how
I'm saying maybe pull her out?
I know when I pull her out, but I'm just gonna be like, Stacey, it's just an android. She's not real. Like she's not, I'm just gonna help you. She's gonna help you clean, and she's gonna be, she'll be like a family friend.
With benefits,
like a family friend. Yeah, no, she'll be like a friend. No, we don't even have to do all that. Like it's gonna be somebody who just, she loves the kids and everything like that.
There's an actual movie out in I can't think of the name, but it has they got the robot. And so she came to live with them. And the lady was like, they had like a sex feature on it, but you had to have like a passcode.
What type of porn were you watching, Mo? Like what type of porn are you watching?
It was not porn.
That's not a real movie. That's not a real movie.
It was.
What type of porn
I
were you
promise
watching?
it wasn't in my Pornhub collection. It was actually a real movie, and he got caught out there, and the one was like, well, what happened? You know, the segment was erased from the robot's memory from 7 to like 7:20. What happened?
Did they deliver pizza in this?
There was no
Mo, what's the name of this movie?
I gotta find it.
Yeah,
it's on Netflix.
Put that comment on. Oh, it's on. Okay, I'll check it out.
Netflix.
Pull the computer out, Stacy. Like that, the assistant job. All right, Stephanie, stop hating. Why are you such a hater? It was actually a movie.
Oh, David
Byrne.
He confirmed it.
Where's Shawnee at? Where's Shawnee? Who says David only agrees with me? There's a movie.
It was an actual movie. It was, and she found out that he had sex with the robot, and she thought it was cheating. And she was ready to put the damn robot out.
And it's on Netflix.
Yeah, because you can. It was like you can program the robot. Like it was like she was like a nanny.
Okay, you're doing a lot of explaining. My question was, it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. I'm gonna find the name of it.
You don't know any type of name for it.
It was a robot. I promise it was not on Pornhub. It was on Netflix. I promise.
And you were not high? No edibles? Nothing?
No.
And you watched this?
Yes.
Tam, what's good?
Good morning, Tam. Yeah, David confirmed it's on Netflix, and you need the passcode to get to the certain aspect.
It was like a passcode to be able to have sex with the robot.
So it was in a secured folder. You got to go to the secured folder.
Yeah, you had to upload that feature.
Wow.
You had to upload the feature,
so what's
like
the name?
Sex feature.
So
I can't remember
Dave,
the name of the movie.
No, I'm saying Dave. What's the name? Random thought. I like the matching black tops today.
Oh yeah, we have on.
Oh, that was so by mistake. Y'all look like a Diddy group.
Yeah, we got on our
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got lucky. That was not planned. We planned nothing.
Nothing. That was nothing.
Jay, why will you never be on the IG Live? Why is that?
Oh no,
like,
I was talking because it's Mondays, and so we got our financial rebel coming on, and he just reached out. So when I do text messages, I pull off IG.
No, but you've been off for like 30 minutes. Like I know you and him went back and forth for like 2 text messages.
Yeah, it was like 2.
Yo, you were like the super Mr. Anti. It's like he's better than everybody else.
Yeah, I thank you. Yeah,
no, you're always like better than there's like me and Mo going back and forth, and you will not get on here. All right, we've been talking for 50 some minutes. Can we take a black and mild break? Is that cool?
Yes, we could take a black and mild break. But yeah, so the financial rebel is Money Monday, so we're gonna talk some money stuff. I know something about student loans, so people like there with student loan debts.
Yes, I need that
some stuff going on, and I think he got.
How much time we got till he goes on?
He's 30 after the next hour, so you got like 40 minutes.
Hey Mo, grab a story so you can irritate me. Grab a story. Just grab a story. We'll get off IG Live and grab a story. Hold on, Stephanie.
Okay.
Speaking of irritating somebody, I wonder if you do that, is the computer going to be judged about you? Like I gotta do what? I don't know. They don't have a soul. Look, all of a sudden, it just happens to be Stacy, my fiance, gets on IG Live. Just because I'm talking about a robot. It's a robot, Stacy. It's a robot.
He said, what in the swinging shit you trying to bring home right now?
It's a robot. It's just a Android. And you can't see it on IG Live.
Stacy.
It's an Android. It's a white girl, but she's very nice.
Stacy, he's trying to bring home a white girl.
I'm not trying to bring home anybody. I'm trying to get somebody to help us.
All right, one last time. Here you go.
For starters, what should I call you?
I'm Chloe. And you, what's your name?
Oh, John. My name is John.
Delighted to meet you, John.
Could you tell us a little about yourself and what you can do, Chloe?
Of course. I'm the first personal assistant built by CyberLife. I take care of most everyday tasks like cooking, housework, or managing your appointments, for example.
And I understand you're the first android to have passed the Turing test. Could you tell us a little more about that?
I really didn't do much, I just spoke with a few humans to see if they could tell the difference between me and a real person. It was a really interesting experience.
But this is the first time in history that man has created a machine more intelligent than himself. I gather your brain can perform several billion operations per second. Is that right?
Absolutely. But I only exist thanks to the intelligence of the humans who designed me. And, they have something I could never have.
Really? And what's that?
A soul.
You ever had somebody try and compliment you?
Yo.
And at the end, she was like, I have something you could never have, a soul. A soul. She got that look on her face. A soul is overrated. And Stacey, hush your mouth.
Thank you, Stacey. She said no MFing robots allowed. Okay.
It's an
no,
android.
She said it's an android at that. It ain't even an Apple product.
She can help with the house. She can help with the house. We can trick her and make her like cut the grass and stuff like that.
You ain't got to trick her because remember you paid for it. She do what you tell her to do.
Yeah, like well, it was good. It's like,
but I'm pretty sure Stacey's not going to let you have the upload the sex features.
It's not real. It's not a real person, y'all.
Y'all remember they have openings. They have openings. Yeah. They have everything that a human body has.
Yeah, but do y'all see how caught up y'all get? It's not real. She's nothing but a vibrator who has personality. That's all she is. She's a vibrator who has sparkling personality. Well, if you have a vibrator, that means you were cheating. If you're good with a vibrator, you're good. This is a vibrator who can speak to you.
The vibrator doesn't talk.
Yeah, but if you could get one that talked, you'd get one.
Oh God!
It's a vibrator.
This is like having Siri in an artificial body.
Yeah, this is crazy. Like I'm not. Stephanie said, so it's not real sex with your fake penis. Why would you call my penis fake?
Steph got something against you.
Stephanie, why are you coming at my neck right now? I'm just saying it's fake. It's a fake. It's just a thing that happens to talk. She happens to be white and laugh out loud.
So when they create the male version, are you gonna, for Stacey's birthday, you gonna buy her the male version?
No, because that's not the world. That's not the world. That's not the world we live in. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like,
so you can't have another man. It's a robot. It's an android in your house.
Yeah, but once again, the android has something that sticks in you. See, that's different.
But you just said, what's the difference between that and the toy? No, you said it's no difference, right?
But if he's talking to you and stuff like that, it gets different. Like, it's a male chauvinistic world. Look, I ain't gonna change it. Like, I can't change it. Stephanie said maybe you can get a pair, female and male, and program the real digital love. Which feature? Y'all haters. First of all, we have no research. There are no men. So why we just have women? Let us.
They're coming. They're coming. No pun intended. But the man version is coming. So make sure y'all keep that same energy.
What's Stacey saying on IG? She said that the girls are all afraid of Alexa. And how do you think they would feel about a doll? I would keep her hidden. I'd keep her hidden from the kids.
What? So basically Koi can only come out when the kids ain't there.
No, I'll put her, I'll make some type of safe. I keep her away from the kids. What if that bitch just popped up out of nowhere like hello and like what?
And I know Lady Q ain't allowing you to have no damn Android.
I'm the man in this. No. I was about to play around.
You got a little excited, J Black.
Yeah, you're right, Tam. Yeah, for those that don't know, Shiny ain't here. You're right, Tam. So everything is on me.
Yeah, you see J Black ain't talking. J Black trying to control everything.
Yeah, he talking about we got ready to go to a break. Let me get that ready. We got the guests coming up. We got comments. Yeah. Tam.
All jokes aside, this is such a scary thing that's happening right now. And when I tell you this country, Kathy, we had a man version back in the day in the old movie, but I can't remember the name. Okay, well, he wasn't that memorable. Okay. He's like, he had this man version. He was crazy. Can't remember the motherfucker. Can't remember. Like, what are you talking about?
But when they make the male version, it's definitely going to be upgraded from this Koi. Because women need more than you like you said earlier. Women need more.
Up. Y'all
I need one that's going to cuddle with me sometimes. I need one that's I need a few more apps. I need a few more uploadable apps to his features.
Y'all are the most overrated creatures. Y'all talk so much shit. Like we need more. We need this. You need a tongue on a clit and a dick. That's what y'all need.
Wow, that's it.
That's it.
Yes, and once in a while, and I'm not gonna go because Stacy's watching now. So I'm not even gonna get then it'd be like then it's held against me. Y'all need a tongue on your clitoris and a dick that lasts the way you like it and the position that you like it. Y'all not that complicated. Like y'all really tell yourselves y'all are that complicated. And this is why y'all get mad. Because when a man figures you out, look at me, Mo. Look at me.
I'm looking.
Look at you had a man figure you the fuck out. And you got so mad that he figured you out. Because he may not have done what he was supposed to do. He probably wasn't the person you wanted him to be. And he probably fell short in a lot of things. But once he sexually figured you out, you were like, this motherfucker done figured the puzzle out. And it wasn't like a Rubik's Cube. Some of y'all don't know what the Rubik's Cube is. It wasn't like the Rubik's Cube. You had to get the whole cube. You just had to get the color blue.
Wait, what?
That's all you had to do. Get the color blue. Like, I got blue. He's like, oh my God, he figured me out.
Yeah, but some people cheat and peel off the colors and paste them on. Like
I know.
Cheat codes to the Rubik's Cube.
Yes. Cheating ruins everything. Cheating ruins that. Michael Shawn with that leg popped up. Listen.
She said you sound like Louis Armstrong. He losing his voice at a comedy show last night.
I killed that motherfucker. I killed that motherfucker so crazy. Shout out to all the comedians.
But the movie was called Jude Law. It looked like Jude Law.
Yeah, Stephanie. Jude Law. You got that out the red box. Jude Law was out.
No,
Jude Law was out so long ago. That was at the red box.
Yeah. It was 99 cents before the price went up.
You got that DVD. It was like, look what we got.
But I wonder if if they're gonna, of course, they're gonna have their own personalities. What about the ethnic ones? What about the one like if you want a black one? And you're like, I don't want it to talk. I want to, I want a Raheem. I don't want a Tom. I don't want a John.
What if you get a black one and you have a mute? And what if you have a black woman and you have a mute button? That would be crazy.
That's so sexist. That's so goddamn sexist. Kiss my ass.
A mute button?
Kiss my ass. Because you ain't say woman. You said, what if you had a black woman and you had to get a mute button? What the hell is that about? You trying to say all black women talk too goddamn much?
Wow.
Wow. Stacey, don't cook this motherfucker nothing tonight. Go on meal strike for the next week. Do you hear me?
I ain't say
nothing when you come home.
I did not say all black women talk too much. I didn't say
you
all
implied it. You implied it. You said mute button. You implied it.
No, if you was
a
robot right now, Mo. If you was a robot, right
there's several moments where we had a mute button in the moment.
See,
man,
y'all ain't shit.
Man, yo.
The good thing if you could just point it directly at him, like you know what's coming.
There's repercussions to that motherfucker. Use it wisely. There's repercussions to that motherfucking mute button. So go ahead, push the mute button.
Little Tam said, "What are you implying?" She said, "What are you implying?" Ain't nobody implying shit.
Thank you, Tam. Thank you, Tam. Trying to say all black women talk too damn much.
The same way y'all be talking about us, I'm talking the same way about y'all. Y'all be saying the same shit about us. Oh, this motherfucker's so selfish and all that. Okay, well.
But see, y'all say that black women talk too much, but then when we shut up and y'all need our asses, you need me to talk now? You need me to talk now? You want me to say something?
Because that's how spiteful. That's how spiteful y'all. Because y'all know some days. Oh, no, Stephanie, man, that would be crazy. Your partner will see that you really into it. Has nothing that looks like you. Shit, getting real with all this fake love. Stephanie, listen, Stephanie, you're good. It's not going to be for another like I said. Our kids are going to be in trouble. I'm with Mike on that mute button. Queenborn 9. I ain't never been mad at you. Like sometimes.
You know what's funny, Mike? Tam to put a couple comments up telling me she ain't muted, but I ain't put them up. You know why? Because she's muted.
Y'all some asses. Please, Shawnee, this is why you don't leave Jay Black in charge of the daggone board. Okay?
Tam, I can't hear you,
Next time you leave, we're gonna have to work something out.
Hold up. But let's be clear. Let me clear things up. I've never really in real life. Stacey's so laid back. She is not the type that I mute. Like she would want to mute me. Like Stacey's not she's a whole different, like, I don't even know. Like, she's a whole different person. Like Stacey don't even want to really argue. Like, she'll be like, hey, she's the agree to disagree and stuff like that. So I've never wanted to mute her. Like, but
see, Black women are so creative that if you did have a mute button, you start speaking in sign language.
Oh my God. Do y'all really, we're just going to keep this Black woman that's so creative?
I'm just saying, because you led with that. You said, what if it was a Black woman? And it came with a mute button.
I was relating to our watchers and listeners.
We got more than Black women who listen. So
no, we got white women, but we got a white woman android that I think is like obedient. Do anybody have an iRobot floor cleaner? They can be obedient and clean or skip spots.
No, it skips spots. I'm taking mine back to Best Buy, Kathy.
All right, Tam says, "Sexy Mo, girl, I got your back." Yeah. Tam, you be flipping sides. Sexy Mo, it's the look we give each other. Black women always tell each other, "Yeah, we are so creative. We are so creative."
Because we are.
I'm not saying y'all.
We take y'all shit that y'all throw to us, and we make it beautiful all the time. So
do y'all know the shit we take? Yeah. Do y'all know the shit we take from y'all? Do y'all understand?
And vice versa.
Relationship talk. Uh-oh.
White women got mood swings. White women got, I'm doing it. White women got mood swings on their menstrual. Black women and Hispanic women got mood swings on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Saturday. Like, don't do that. Y'all got mood swings. We don't even know. And Black women will tell you. I'm like, but I didn't know. Listen, you will go to a Black woman and literally go like this. You be like, babe. In my case, I'm like, Mook, I didn't know. And y'all will go like this. I know you didn't know. So why the fuck are you mad at me if you knew? Like, I don't even know why you mad.
Because you be acting like you know. That's why women get mad. But see, here you go with the Black women, the angry Black woman, the woman.
I didn't say hey, I'm saying the women that I know the best are Black and Hispanic women. I haven't been in a relationship with white women. I know Black and Hispanic women, and y'all will be like, yo, what is wrong? You should have known what was wrong. How?
And you think that white women don't do the same thing?
I don't care. No disrespect to our white women who are watching right now.
No disrespect to the white women who are watching.
No, I'm just saying. I haven't dealt with
the Black woman. What?
But I haven't dealt with white women. Every day.
You're like, I'm gonna beat
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
I'm gonna beat your ass when I see you.
Saturday.
I'm gonna beat your ass when I see you.
Like, what the fuck? Like, how do y'all like?
I'm offended. I am offended as a Black woman. I am offended.
Mo,
I am offended.
Mo, there's no reason to be offended. We're just saying. And here go Tam, Mike, choose your words carefully. See the threatening shit that y'all Black women do?
You know we got to stick together.
Do you see how y'all test our manhood? Like, what? Make sure you watch your words carefully. That's because we don't take no shit. It's not because you don't take no shit. It's because y'all confuse the fuck out of us. Y'all confused. Not taking shit with confusing the fuck out of dudes.
So how would you feel if I said, well, Tom wouldn't treat me like that. John wouldn't treat me like that.
But
wouldn't treat me like that.
I didn't say nothing about white women. I said Black women, y'all will be mad and be like, you don't understand. I can't believe you don't know what made me mad. And we're like, I don't really know. You gonna lie, Mo, and say you ain't never done it. I really don't know. And y'all mad because a dude really don't know.
Really don't.
And really don't know. And you're like, I don't know.
Well, you should know. Huh?
You should know. Lady Q, where you at, Lady Q? I know Lady Q. Lady Q, ready to get it. She ready to get it.
Just came off of his anniversary. He said, "Look, I want bacon this week. I ain't fucking with y'all.
We good over here. Don't get her
good over here.
Don't get her going. I ain't got no mute button. It don't work.
And you don't want one, do you, Jay Black?
Honestly,
you don't want one. Don't do it.
Don't do mute it. Button. Let me tell you something. Y'all can sit up here and lie. Men and women can sit here and lie and say, what if there was a mute button that the person was still talking, but in your mind it's shut down, even though that happens in real life. And you could just mute and be like, just please. Who is we? So all black women confused. Here we go.
See, because you led with that. You led with black women. You said black women.
All I know
and then
is
you said black and brown women.
Black and Hispanic women. That's all I know. And y'all kill me with when we really don't know what's wrong with you. Like, why don't y'all just tell us what's wrong?
Just say it. Stop assuming. Stop wanting us to figure it out.
So we're not going to do this. It's Monday morning. You really want to go there?
Because Stacey knows if I will hold back for a minute or two, and then I'm like, let me tell you what the fuck is mad. I'm mad because of fucking, and I'm mad, and I don't present myself correctly. I don't. I don't present myself correctly.
And you got to circle back and apologize.
Yes, and I have to circle back and apologize. Yes, I do. But at least we know what's wrong. Tam, can we mute Mike Shawn on his rant? Tam, don't take none of this personal, but fuck you for real. Like Tam, I love you. Tam, I was playing Tam. Tam, I'm playing Tam. I'm playing. We don't have to imagine I'm getting a robot and muting that bitch.
Action. I don't think your wife will probably allow you to have that robot either.
No, let's not get off topic. Let's not get off topic right now, and then we'll take a break. I know there's pressure because you have to speak for every black woman and every brown woman in America right now.
No pressure.
We go stay at Karen's house, fool. Women with an attitude. It's all of us. All right, Stephanie, whatever. Here go Tam. Maybe Michael Shawn feeling himself. He got his goatee. I know. I do feel cute. I ain't gonna lie. I do feel adorable. I do.
Yeah, but don't come for all black and brown women.
I'm not. I'm only coming for the women that I'm familiar with. Why do you have an attitude?
Black, I'm gonna beat you the hell up when I see you.
Mike said it's
day.
That's why Jay Black don't get on the IG. For those of you who can't see the show,
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Why is it? I want to know why is it so hard when we're like, what's wrong? That's all we're asking, Mo. What's wrong?
By the time you have the common sense to even ask that question, we probably already on level 100. So yeah, you're going to get all the gas. You're going to get all the smoke. You're going to get, you're going to get it all. Yes, it's going to be some attitude that come behind it. But I don't think that it's because of black or brown women. It's just because damn, you Mo, really don't know?
Mo, I don't. Like this is not a make-believe thing. This is not a make-believe thing. Like there's a time when a guy will be like, I really don't know what is wrong. Like if a dude just gets on a knee and says, yo, what is wrong? Why is it that y'all get into your mode that you are not going to tell us? I just want to know this secret. Because if we can crack this code, this is
right now. I feel like we're getting close. I feel like
we own this stuff.
If you pay attention along the way, you won't get her when she's at the 110 and you're finally asking that question, what is wrong? That means you ain't been paying attention the whole ride. You ain't been paying attention from point A to point Z. Because we at Z when you ask that question and it's like, what?
But Mo,
so you don't know what's wrong now? Like you wasn't in the same space I was in?
I feel like I'm in a relationship with this woman. Listen, you were at point A to Z with me also. And from you at D, okay, maybe not D, at B, C, E, F, G. You were right there. Why? What is it that you just won't say, this is why I'm mad?
So
just say that.
And I'm not going to say all the time because different scenarios call for different things, right? But 9 times out of 10, Mike, a woman is not going to go from A to Z and not say anything or not tell you something or not say, hey, this is wrong, or I don't like this, or it make me feel some type of way. If you've been with your woman, for instance, Stacy, y'all live together. So you know Stacy. You know if it's something that's going to rub her the wrong way. You know if you do or say something that's going to put her in a space where she like, this nigga. You know that. So by the time she gets to Z, don't be asking her, well, what's wrong?
Yeah,
What?
But Mo, if Stacy were to say, and sorry for bringing you up so much, Stacy, because
we love you, Stacy.
I want no smoke. But if Stacy said something that got under my skin, I would say at that moment, I would say probably in the wrong way, but I would say, okay, technically, I was like, what the fuck? Like, what's wrong? Like, I would say, you said this, you said that. Why do y'all hold it so close to under your breast till it builds up? And then you're like, well, you didn't notice this. My point is this. If Mo, if you said something to me, right, on the show, right, that bothered me, that really bothered me.
Okay.
And then we did 10 more shows. And I had an attitude for the last 2 shows, and you were like, why is he cutting me off? Why is he doing this? Why is you like, what's going on? And then I said, 7 shows ago, you said something. You would say what? And don't do it for the art. Don't be Jay Black. Don't just if you were like, why didn't you say it 7 shows ago? And I'm like, I don't know. Wouldn't you be irritated that I didn't say it 7 shows ago?
I ain't speaking on that.
So that's a point. That's a point. That's a valid point. But I'll go a step further and say, in us knowing each other for over 20 years, I know what irks you. I know when your behavior shifts. I know if I've touched a nerve or done something to you that you like, this bitch, she know better. Like, she know I don't like that. So I'm aware because I pay attention, right? So I'm not going to be in that type of situation, number one. But if I do fall in that situation, right, I should know to say, yo, Mike, I know I did X, Y, Z. I'm going to come to you first. If I notice that shift, I'm going to come to you like, yo, Mike, I ain't mean that. I know you don't like that. My bad. And it's going to be deaded.
But Mo, this, and then we're really going to take this black and mild break. This is the thing. The one point that you keep avoiding is, what if you honestly didn't know? This legit didn't know. Like, what if you didn't know I had got into something different out here in Texas, right? And you didn't even know I was into whatever, like whatever it is. I got into something with somebody else, a dispute, and then you said something that you didn't know was going to offend me. But this dispute I had out here had nothing to do with you. What if you legit didn't know? This is what I'm saying. Why don't we just tell each other when something really annoys us and just say, and we just go like, yo, that really hurt my feelings immediately. That's all I'm asking.
So to answer your question, and this is for men and women, it is about communication. I think communication is very important to let people know how you feel, maybe not on the spot, but not waiting, like you said, seven times, after you've done it 7 times to say, hey, what the fuck? I do believe in that. But I also think that sometimes women do not say certain things because they want to keep the peace. Because y'all always saying, be my peace.
And then it builds up and festers though, Mo. Then it builds up. It builds up and festers, and then it comes out with
it does.
With the cup sitting on the counter. It comes out when you didn't put the cup in the sink. It's just sitting on the counter, and then it comes out. I just wash
dishes while you sit that dirty cup on my But no, I think it's a lot of times, and not all the time, but sometimes women want to, y'all always talking about women being y'all peace, and when y'all come home, y'all want to fight. Oh, why you always nagging? So I think that when you do sometimes get that build up, and she's at 110, it's because it's been like 50 million things you've done way before then to get her to that 110.
Here go Red. Women tell you just have to listen.
Yes, you have to pay attention. I agree, Red.
This is not Blue's Clues though. We're not doing Blue's Clues.
It's not. But if you know your mate,
It's not supposed to be that hard.
It's not supposed to be that difficult.
It's not supposed to be that hard. If you mad, just say you mad.
As soon as a woman say something, as soon as a woman says something, Mike, what do y'all say? Well, it ain't even that serious. And so you downplay, right? Why are you being so emotional? Oh, it ain't even that serious. I mean,
but we can go back and forth on that. A woman would be like, why are you so insecure?
So and
like it goes back and forth. But my thing is, at least let's get it open so the shit don't pop off on a Tuesday at 3:00 in the afternoon.
Well, there are men who are insecure too, Mike. So
I just said,
yes,
we're all insecure. Everybody's got an insecure bone in their body. I'm just saying, just say what it is. Like, God damn, just say, listen, I'm mad, or I didn't appreciate. Maybe not mad. Maybe I didn't appreciate. I didn't appreciate when you said this. But do it on the Tuesday that it happened.
So I
don't do it 3 months later when we're like I got company at the house. Stacey, this ain't got shit to do with you. It's a funny joke. We got people at that crib, and all of a sudden I repeat the same word by mistake. I'm like, oh, that's the same shit he made me mad 3 months ago. I can't believe. You're like, what are you talking about, Kathy? What do men? Why do men just rewind their brains and figure out what they said or done to piss us off so y'all don't have to ask us? Because guess what, Kathy? We're living an entire fucking life. And nobody can rewind after paying every bill, taking care of kids, and living a life. We can't just rewind and go, we're not robots.
When you say like men and women?
Yeah, that's like me asking Mo, oh yeah, rewind to 7 months ago and be like, yeah, on that Wednesday at 4:00. No.
I think if you don't yes, Tam. Communication. So I am not disagreeing with what you're saying right now, Mike. I do think that it's healthy to address things right then. And if it's not the right time, just say, hey, I would like to speak with you later on. I agree with you on that, but sometimes that's not how the situation goes, because again, sometimes you just are trying to keep the peace, and so you're like, you know what? Am I tripping? Sometimes you question yourself. Am I tripping? Like, is it really like? Am I making it more out to be more out than what it really is? So I think just by case scenario, Michael Shawn, because you're making a big generalized statement.
No, I'm not generalizing.
It's not like that all the time, though.
No, even when you say, am I tripping? You can literally say that. Listen, am I tripping? You can really say that to the person. Like, am I tripping? Or
you saw Red says, but women can. So she's trying to compare where we can, you should be able to do it. So she's putting whatever she does onto you, Mike. So if she's saying, hey, she can remember everything from 7 months ago and be that way, why can't you figure it out? That's what she just said.
So you're gonna base now. My memory has to be your memory.
That's what Red said. I'm going by with Red.
So if I can jump from the free throw line and dunk a basketball, then you should be able to dunk from the free throw line and dunk a basketball. Dave, thank you, Mike. You answered the question that I was getting ready to answer to Kathy. What was the one before that? Shout to Dave. Dave is always rocking with us.
Hey,
there was
Dave.
one before that. I ain't gonna lie, Shawnee is really better than you, Jay Black. All right, anyway. Jay Black, you feeling that statement from Michael Shawn? Tam, what is that? Why you gotta?
No, it was something you were saying earlier, and I was co-signing like, talk your ish. Yeah.
You're not even on live, so you know what? Your opinion don't count.
I think the best way to do it is don't be aggressive, and what comes to your mind, say it. But your delivery has to be, I don't know if I'm right about this. Oh, what would the therapist, the counselor told me, when you say something to somebody, never use the word you.
No, never use the word I. Like,
I think it's I.
No, you're supposed to use
like when you're talking to somebody, never say you.
Yeah, you're supposed to say I.
Yes.
And I don't
feel,
actually. Yeah, but I don't actually fuck with that. But
but it sets the tone. It's showing that you take some level of culpability within the disagreement, because everybody has roles and disagreements, right? So you want to make sure that you're not, shifting all of that, the blame onto the other person. You want to say, this was my role. This is what I did. Maybe I could have done this differently. Maybe I could, maybe I should have been more aware. Maybe I should have communicated better.
Yeah, and I agree with that. And you said, but you might say, I fucking hate you. But listen, Kathy was like, yes, unless you're a stupid dummy. See, Kathy, hold up, Kathy. I haven't called anybody a stupid dummy.
Stupid dummy.
I have not called anybody a stupid dummy at all.
Well, you can't do that. You can't do that in an argument anyway. You can't do that in a relationship.
Unless you know it's over. Like when you know it's over, then fucking say it. Like if you know it's over.
I feel like Red's relationship. I don't know. I feel a little hostility coming from Red. I don't know.
I don't know what's going on with Red.
Red sound like high expectations. I don't know what's going on.
Like when the relationship
is to the Mexicans. Thank you.
Shout out to the Mexicans. What type of relationship was that? What was that?
Where did it come from? Mexican. Oh, she drinking? What is that?
No, this is mangoes with chili pepper, lime.
Oh, she just had a moment.
Pepper and garlic.
She had an outburst. She's like, call her stupid dummy, Mike. Call her stupid dummy. I don't know where the outburst came from.
It was the taste in my mouth. It was the taste in my mouth. It was like the burst of flavors.
Okay. All right. Put some. Okay. All right. I'm not even doing this. All right. We're gonna take a Black and Mild break. It's Money Mondays.
Oh, that's why she's single. That's why, Red. That it makes sense. All right, you two, you get high expectations, Red. You gotta lower some of them standards.
Why she gotta lower her standards?
No, I got a feeling that's what's happening. She's expecting too much.
Yo,
she want mind readers. You can't have a man that's a mind reader.
Hold up, I forgot.
Related comment that's been made on the show today.
I was wondering why Stacey was on here like so heavy. I forgot you stayed home from work.
Hey, it's a day
off.
Oh no, she on the day.
She got her wisdom teeth taken out. Paul asking, I use the word I have no idea what y'all talking about. I have no clue. Even when I use I get in trouble.
There's no win, right?
Don't say that. I know plenty of women out there who are very good communicators and pay attention to their mate.
Who? Who? Which one of these hoes? No, I'm playing. I was kidding. Y'all know. And you know what the problem is that men and women are raised differently from the time they come out the womb,
and they're wired different.
But they're not really wired different. They're built different, and they're raised differently from the time they come out the womb. And then all of a sudden, and I said this last night on stage, I said, we raise a girl and a boy totally different. Then we raise them, totally different. High school, totally different. College, totally different standards, different ways on what they're supposed to be. And then they say, hey, you guys are so different. How about y'all get married? What? You done raised us totally opposite with totally different morals, with totally different objectives, with totally different standards. And then you go like, get married. And that's why 51% of marriages end in divorce, because we don't just raise people as people and just go like, if this is the standard for everybody. So if you should have some moral fiber, it should be for both sides. But then we wind up coming together and realizing that we have nothing in common because we've been raised in two different worlds.
But you know what? I mean, especially in relationships, when you're talking about communicating and understanding and learning people's love language, understanding people's behaviors, if you're invested in a relationship, that's something that you also have to invest in.
No, and I agree with that. But my thing is, if you were raised as a female not to give up your vagina, and I was raised as a dude to get the vagina, that in itself doesn't make any sense. Because I'm not raised to respect what you have. You're raised to respect what you have. I'm raised to invade what you have. I'm raised to go get that.
It sounds so harsh.
No, it is. It really is. Like that. Like we are. And go get it. And your job is to not, which is a lie because it's still, whatever it is.
Then when y'all take over.
Then when y'all get together, nobody's ever talked about, well, how's her personality? No guy was ever told, yo, I need a girl with a personality that fits your personality. No guy was ever saying they never told us you should have somebody who you actually have something in common with.
That's because we're raised to focus on roles in relationships. If you think about it.
Yeah, but
what your role is, like what you do, what does the man do in the house and what does the woman do in the house? Yeah. We're never raised if those are not topics that we talk about with our parents.
No, I get it, but guys aren't even told what they should look for other than the typical 3 things. Aesthetic. She's a good girl. She's a good girl. She's not a hoe. She's a good girl. She's not a hoe. No guys ever said, well, can you have long conversations with her? No guy ever has been told, yo. So have you ever had a long conversation with her? No. But if she has a fat ass,
then now we talking. If she look good and got a fatty.
We ain't having no long conversations, but now we're talking. All right.
And after she had that baby and that ass spread, that should be the next level conversation you have, because it has to be more than that. When she stops looking like what she did when you met her, then where does the relationship go?
But see, that's some womanly. There goes back to your womanly profile. Now it's like you should. We're talking about men on what they should look for in a woman, and you're like, well, if her ass spreads, no. First of all, before your ass,
that's how I've heard men talk like that. I've heard men say that, so that's why I said that.
Good girl, not a hoe. All right,
but men don't want good girls, and even in their wives, men in the bedroom. Do you want the good girl? You want the frugal girl? You want the girl who's a prude? Or do you want your wife to perform? I've had that conversation too.
Yeah.
Right. So that whole thing of you being raised and men being raised on the notion of you want to marry the good girl. Don't marry the fresh girl. Don't marry the hoe. Don't marry the...
Well, like Action just said, I'll marry the good girl. You ain't got to perform. Just let me have that robot in the closet. All right. We're going to take a black and mild break.
And lastly, Red confirmed my thoughts when I said why she was single, because she talked too much. Yep. She said I talk a lot, so I communicate everything. Yep. I see why, Red. I love you, Red.
Somebody's going to be out there for you to appreciate the fact that you're a good communicator.
Everything. Yeah, that's a lot. Sound like a lot. But I
digest. Women can do more things with their mouths.
Ladies in the street, but a freak in the sheets. Hey. I mean, black and mild break. Michael Shawn is itching. Yo, Tam.
You stop acting like you know somebody. Difficult it is for a woman. A woman gotta be a nun, a porn star, a professional, a top chef.
Oh my God.
A woman gotta be all these things. And then some. And then y'all just be like, she all right.
Oh my God.
See? Where the mute button, Mike? See?
If I could just...
Yeah, it's always the mute button when y'all hear shit y'all want to hear.
How many men are out there taking care of 3 kids that don't belong to them, that are literally married to a woman that got 3 kids that he's taking care of, that the dad ain't around, and he's actually like, stop. Okay.
And one of them might not even... Look, Mike, one of them might not even be biologically his. One of them at all. She done lied.
It's a package deal. That's something that you know when you are dating somebody with kids, that it's a package deal.
Okay. All right. We're gonna take a break. All right, Tam.
Coming back with our financial advisor, the Financial Rebel, Money Mondays. We're gonna have some conversations related. So he got some good tips, and student loans for people that still got a lot of debt. Yes. Something happened, and he gonna break that stuff down for us. So yeah, we'll be
Everybody
back.
should stop going to college. All right, Michael Shawn, Takeover Legends. Yeah. What up, y'all? It's Michael Shawn from Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. And just in case you missed the show, check this out.
So, number one, we're going to start slow. Number one, we're going to start slow. Number one, when did Johnny Gill know that he could sing? When was the moment that you were like, oh, wait a second?
I knew when I got my first check and I went and bought me a gold nugget ring and a nugget watch and chain to go through it. I was like, this is on. And I was like, shoot, I can do this. I was like, I'm in the game.
At 16, you have this grown man voice. So then when does everything in your career take off when you realize that you're actually famous? When is the moment that happens when you go like, wait a second, I'm famous. Like I'm like people know me.
Wow. Wow, that's a good question. When did I I thought I was famous the first time I heard my record on the radio.
That's what I'm talking about, John. That's how I would have felt. Hell yeah.
I was like, y'all shouldn't have never gave me one. I'm
like, I need all y'all hoes to line up. Y'all heard this off.
I was in the candies. I was like a little kid in the candy store. I want this one. Give me you. Give me you. Give me you.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
Michael, Shawn, and the Takeover Legends. Your escape from reality. Right here on Free Agent Radio.
What up, y'all? It's Michael Shawn from Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. And just in case you missed the show, check this out.
Hey, Michael Shawn, let me apologize to Jay Black because I got a text from him yesterday with the link, and I noticed on the previous text he texted me, and I'm like, I'm just saying.
Oh, so I thought so, Mike. You didn't know what he was doing the show. The Plastic Cup Boys were coming to Dallas, and I hit him up.
I know. I just wasn't in town. I know.
Back in April, and I hit him up early April. Like, yo, Spank, you coming to Dallas? I need to get you on with Michael Shawn. It was crickets. Yeah. So when I had to text him for the link for the yesterday, I'm like, is he going to respond? Like, because it's Spank Hollywood now. So I hit him back. And he was like, bet, I got you, Jay. I'm like, wait, we just going to ignore the fact that he ghosted me with the other, like, no.
I said, oh, he texted me already. My bad, Jay Black. I didn't see it, bro. My bad, man.
Michael, Shawn, and the Takeover Legends. Your escape from reality. Right here on Free Agent Radio.
Records, baby. About to ruin another perfectly good song. Yep, true story. Used to date this girl. One night she got in my car. She just wanted to argue. She started talking bad about me. She started talking about my nose. Coming for me. I'm sensitive about my nose. So I had no choice. I had to make that walk. Make that walk. Walk your ass home, girl. Just keep going. Hope she get lost. Don't let me your thought. True colors. I never ditched the chick before. I apologize if you live too far, but I made that walk. Made that big walk. I guess you know where she's going. Yeah. Know you wanna fight. I can see it in your eyes when I picked you up at your front door. Matter of time, there's no reason for this fight. Tell me something I ain't heard before. Oh, I've been dealing with this shit, and it's about to be on. Stop talking all the shit. Oh, she won't, so I made that walk. Made that walk. Walk her ass home, girl, just keep going. Hope you get lost. Don't let me your thoughts. True colors. I've never dissed a chick before. I apologize if you live too far, but I made that walk. Made that walk. I guess you know where she's going. Oh, nah. Clown my mom's hairdo when the couch is in the guest room. I'll make sure I keep her number blocked. Now it's time to play, go out on a date. I'll be partying to 5 o'clock. Oh, I've been dreaming about it, girl. You ain't the one I want. I can't stop laughing, girl, 'cause I made that walk. Made that walk. Walk your ass home, girl, just keep going. Hope she get lost. Don't let me your thoughts. True colors are showing. Get out my car and stay out my car. You don't talk about my nose. I'm sensitive about my nose. We the worst records. Yeah, yo. Made that walk. That'll learn ya.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Tap in. Tap in. Michael Shawn and Takeover Legends. On a Monday morning, Shout out to everybody who came out to the comedy show last night at the Arlington Improv. Shout out to all the comedians, Trey Mack, comedian Hot Topic, Luscious Barbie, and Just Jeff. And everybody tore it down. So shout out to everybody. I'm not just saying that for real. I wouldn't even mention it if everybody didn't tear it down. So shout out to everybody who came out last night. The next comedy show is going to be September 8th at the Addison Improv. We're promoting to get the sellout now. So we're going to make that happen. And I'll give you the numbers and always tap the link in the bio. Red.
Right.
Damn, Kathy came red. Exactly. I'm with you. Damn, women, like what?
Listen, opened up the damn box this morning. I told you.
Oh my God. Is Financial Rebel in the building?
Yes,
AKA the voice of God.
Morning, people. What up?
How are you?
Good. How you doing today?
Amazing.
Financial Rebel. This has nothing to do with finances. Why don't women just tell us what's wrong with them? Why do they wait? Why
do that?
Can I talk to the guest? Can I talk to the guest? Can I talk to the goddamn guest? Why, when you ask a woman what's wrong, why do we have to wait 2 or 3 weeks before they tell us what's wrong? Like Financial Rebel, I know you're an expert at finances, but put your 2 cents in here if you're about that life.
So I've been married for many, many years. What I found is a lot of times they don't feel comfortable being vulnerable with you.
That's not what I wanted to hear.
I know, but I got to be honest.
Why don't they want to be vulnerable with you when how long you been married?
What is it? I lost count. 16 years.
16 years. Why wouldn't she want to be vulnerable? Or like you've passed that point. I think.
You would think, right? But we process things differently. We're 2 different people from 2 different backgrounds. We have different views on life. And sometimes I can be a little bit more hard charging. This is just for me, by the way. And my wife sometimes doesn't like that. So it makes her go back into her shell.
When you say hard charging, because I've explain hard charging, because I think I've been
like, yo, what's the deal? Let's get at it. Like when Jay was talking about his daughter saving, it's like, yo, it's time for her to start saving. She can't just do what she want to do, spend what she want to say, and we need to do it now. So, you got to find that balance. Now, these are my views, not the views of Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends.
But I did touch on that earlier. That was one of the responses I gave you earlier. I said sometimes, especially when men say, why you nagging, or why you being so sensitive, or downplaying whatever it is that person is feeling at the moment, and she retracts. She may not retract in a just a silent way. She may retract and be heated inside. But that thank you, Kamari.
But let me say this before I get accused of being a simp, right? I fail at this all the time. So sometimes we miscue. So I'm just keeping it real.
Thank you.
Man, I don't know what's happening right now.
Thank you.
I don't know what side he on, Mike.
Listen, my day is getting better and better by the moment.
I'm on the side of truth. I'm like Malcolm X.
And then you're about to tell me how I can get rid of my student loans. I'm excited today.
I didn't say that.
Oh, damn.
I just need y'all to just say what you got to say. Like, honestly, life is absolutely too short to keep everything boxed up in you. And then when you box all that emotion in you, what happens? It comes out in different ways that has nothing to do with the problem. So all of a sudden, y'all, like, just hypothetically, y'all arguing over, I can't believe you didn't take all the trash out with the recyclables. And it has nothing to do with the trash and the recyclables. Nope. It has everything to do with what you didn't say and what you're really mad at and what you're really upset about. And you're like, what the, like, I can't keep up. I can't, there's no way in 24 hours a day when you're living your life that you can keep up with, I think I said this, but I'm not sure I said this. But I don't know I said this, because if I ask the person if I said this, they say I didn't say that, and it's all good. And
but Mike, let me ask you a question, right? And this will link into money, right? How often do y'all check in? How often do y'all talk about how y'all feel about whatever it may be?
That's a good point.
And I ask people this to do the same thing with their money. Like many times couples have two different approaches on life. They see things differently. One likes to shop, one likes to save, right? But none of them have said, listen, these are our goals. This is what we need to do, and agreed upon it. So oftentimes one person is moving one way and somebody's moving the other. And I always say that everybody says divorce, right? Money is the reason for divorce. I say it's a lack of communication because they didn't really communicate what each other needs, what everybody wants, and find common ground on that.
I don't know how you built that segue, but let me tell you something. I'm going to clap it up for that.
Yeah.
The way you brought that to where you want to go with this, let me tell you something. That expertise right there, let me tell you, I've worked a long time in radio, but you brought that full circle, and I was like, where the fuck is he going? But he made perfect sense and brought it back to financial communication. And I was like, you know what? Go ahead. Financial Rebel, let them know what you want to talk about today.
Well, I'm the finance rebel, guys, but I always say money is more than just money, though, right? It's about your feelings. It's about your emotions. It's about your perceptions on life. And so a lot of times when you can really chime in on that or square in on that, zoom in on that, you can do a lot better with things. And again, Mike, I'm like you, bro. I get accused of things and like, where did this come from? But it's because we haven't been checking in with each other. And this isn't me. This comes from a lot of therapy. So I can't take credit for that.
Okay. So
I was going to ask that. I was going to ask if you've ever seen a therapist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I see you using the tools.
Yes, I'm using the tools. My therapist said I don't communicate my feelings enough. So I've been my feelings.
Oh my God.
My therapist said I don't look for resolutions. My therapist said I don't look for resolutions. I look for victory. And I said I don't see a problem in that.
But who wants a loser, right?
But in relationships, there cannot be a winner and a loser because you don't ever want to hurt your mate, right? So
there's no I in team.
Thank you.
I am a winner.
We all know that, Mike. We all know that.
My life has been based on winning.
This is
nobody watches basketball to find that it's a tie at the end. When Michael Jordan shot that last shot against Utah Jazz, he won. He hit the shot. He won. They didn't come back and it was like it was a tie. Okay.
But Mike practiced that shot 1,000,000 times too. So we got to talk about practice.
And I have. That's why I win. All right. So let's be in all seriousness. Financially, you're a couple, you're married. Who sets the financial plan? Do you come together and you go back and forth on like, what are we going to do financially? Like, what are we going to do? How are we going to do this? What are we going to invest in? But who is the person that, let's say y'all both disagree on something. Who has the last say in it? Since there's no
I in team, bro. They got to work it out. They got to figure it out. They need it. So what I normally find is when people really talk about stuff and develop a plan and get on the same page, all of those disagreements and arguments go away because everybody has expressed what's important to them. So, for example, me, I'm really big on legacy. I do not want my children to have to suffer as much and as hard I did financially when they get to my age in life, right? Through business, through whatever, because like many of us, we didn't have a silver spoon. We didn't have that long lost rich uncle or auntie, right? That can come through. I want them to be able to do some things in life and be able to self-actualize, do what their purpose is in life. So, to me, that's important. I let my wife know that all the time. That she is not unclear on that.
Okay, well, and that I admire that, and I think that is something that we should all take heed to. But Simple stuff like, let's say your wife has a family member, and I'm just using your wife for an example. Has a family member who has been financially responsible, and then comes to you, and then there's a co-signing that they want you to do.
We don't do co-signings.
Wait a second. See? See, he turned into me. Heard that shit? No, you full of shit. That's you. That's you. No, that's you. That's you. That was your. And she says, this person is very close to me and is financially responsible and needs us because they're in a jam right now where they literally will not have a home if you don't co-sign. And she truly believes that we need to co-sign, and she shows you the proof. This is what she makes for a living. This is her taxes. It gives you all the financial situations. And she says, I need this. This is somebody I love.
We can give money. We're not giving credit. Because we can't afford the ramifications. So I am always thinking risk reward. Yeah. There is no reward in that scenario for us.
Yeah, I ain't mad at you, but you turn into a goddamn man real quick.
Body language changed.
Your body language changed real fucking quick. Yes, it did.
Listen. I said that up front, though. I said that up front. I said that sometimes because I get accused of being hard charging.
There's no I in team, but there was an I that came. I am not doing it.
I said wait. I did.
No, but I just told you. I just said, wait, whoa, Mo. I just told you that she is saying there's not a we.
But we already agreed on this.
No, we didn't. I'm giving you the whole thing right now.
But you can't use my scenario and tell me.
I'm giving you a hypothetical, and that's why we have you here on a hypothetical. She, who's 50% of the we,
that's correct,
said we really need to do this. Like, I really need to help this person.
So what would I say?
Yeah, you said no.
You said no. You said it undoubtedly no.
No. I'm about to be like Destiny Shout out here. I would say, listen, babe, we have these goals. We have these things. While I love your people, they're great folks. We can definitely give them some money. If they need an apartment, they need down payment, we can give them some money. I am not comfortable with giving the credit because that has lingering, lasting effects. And our lawyer would echo that same sentiment.
Does it matter who the person is? If it's like her daughter or maybe not a biological child to you?
So no. So
it wouldn't matter.
If I'm trying not to bring my personal feelings in this. So my wife has another daughter outside of our relationship. She's my daughter now. Or at least that's the way I'm looking at it now. We know relationships don't always go out that way, but I'm looking at it like that. I'm looking at it as part of the package. Now, if that daughter isn't responsible, then no. I would give the daughter, because that's immediate family, a consideration, a strong consideration.
Strong consideration. I think about it.
And so can you break down for people who really don't understand the financial ramifications or the long-term ramifications of co-signing for somebody? What it does to your credit, how it impacts your credit.
Right. So many times when people co-sign, somebody could make, let's say they got 60 payments to make. They can make 59 payments on a car. And the car is, I don't know, $10,000. They get the payment 59. They miss the payment for whatever reason. Right. No shade on them. And then all of that's going to be on you. Now, that's the simplified version. But that goes on your credit and everything else. And you now have to fight to get that off your credit. So I'm not really prone to doing that. Now, again, this is a case-by-case situation. But for me, there's very few people I would co-sign for.
Yeah, my mom's still mad at me. My very first one, she co-signed. I was late, didn't pay 3-4 months. They repoed the car. She still talk about that to this day. So yeah, how it screwed her credit up. So you got to be careful who, no matter it is your seed or not, if they're not responsibly showing that they can handle that, it can really jam somebody up.
And so here's a piece of advice my mother always taught me. Be beggar nor borrower be. And what that means is if somebody comes to you for a loan or help or whatever, give them the money. Meaning in your mind, if you let them borrow the money, know that it's gone. Don't be out there looking for it. But when you attach your name to a cosign and you can't give the money, right? My mom again said, "We being the beggar, no borrower be." I have to be willing to lose that money if I loan it to somebody. That's the mindset I have to go into it with. If you're not comfortable with losing that money, she says, don't lend it. So with a cosign, again, I wouldn't be comfortable with it because I might not have the money. Now, if I had the money, I might just buy it outright for the person.
Or like, and that's kind of what I was going to ask you. Or if let's say it's a car and they need the car, but you can afford the payments if the person falls back on the payments. If you can afford an extra $375 a month or whatever, can you do it then? If if you've made it that, okay, there's a chance that this person, if they decide to bail out on this, I can still pay it. Is that cool then? Because it does help your credit then, right? It does kind of help your credit.
Potentially, but sometimes having more debt on your credit messes you up. And I'm not the credit expert, but yes, maybe I would consider it, especially if a person was in a real destitute situation.
So if your favorite stripper needed a I'm playing.
I'm with it. Pandora's box.
You gotta get to work. You gotta get to work.
What you gonna do for this signature, girl? What you gonna do for this signature?
So co-signing is a big deal. Also going into business with people. And I want to ask you, going into business with people, and there's always a question where like, okay, me and somebody else are going into business, and then you have to ask very difficult questions. I need to see your finances. I need to see what you have. Don't just tell me what you have to put up for the business. I need to see facts on what it is that you have as collateral. I need to see facts on your, like, how do you go about doing that? And is that the proper question? Are those the proper questions to ask?
So there's no bad question, but I think it depends on the scope of the business. And I've been through a few failed businesses. One of the things I would say before money even comes into play is, do you all share the same values? So I can't really rock with somebody who doesn't share the same values as me.
And how do you figure that out? How do you figure that out? How do you figure out somebody has the same values?
You got to watch them, right? Are they an asshole to the waitress or waiter? Are they an asshole to the airline stewardess? Oh, that's not correct these days, right? Airline attendant, I believe it is.
That means I can't never go into a business with Jay Black ever. I can't.
Listen.
I've known Jay for a while. I don't believe that, Mike.
I'm a good guy. I'm the
you didn't see the trap hotel he stayed in because he didn't want to pay an extra couple of dollars.
All right, so
you went in the business with a stripper, Jay Black?
No pay no
mind.
mind.
You said the trap hotel.
No, so okay, give us more examples. Like, if I'm trying to observe what the person wants to go in business with me, what are other things I have to look at? You said
I'll give you an example. A real life example. There was someone I was in business with before. They had a problem with somebody we were dealing with. And they went on this whole like misogynistic rant. Was saying they were doing certain things because they were women, yada 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 yada. That right there let me know that they weren't an integral and honorable person, because they judged this woman purely on her gender, not on her business acumen. And by the way, they had this issue because they had an outside business dealing that he didn't disclose at the time. So that's, to me, integrity, honorability are everything to me. But getting back to your thing, Mike, I think what you want to know, right, is how much is this thing going to cost, right? If you and Jay Black are going to open a comedy club, how much is this going to cost?
Right.
Do we need to put up credit? How much is the staff? Do we have a bar there? Are we doing food? How much is it to make sure we got enough food every week to feed everybody that comes in the door? Is there a good profit margin on that? How much money should we put up? How much credit should we put up? All those things should be outlined thoroughly in advance.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Mo.
So you're saying like all of these things should be mapped out, maybe like in a business plan that y'all go over together, so you know like what direction you're going in before you put the money into the pot together.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because again, a lot of us, right? A lot of your audience, no shade, right? But a lot of us are grinding from the bottom up. So they might not have a whole lot of resources, but what they do have, they have a whole lot of drive, ambition, and hustle, and that's worth its weight in gold. So I wouldn't necessarily discount that and say that they shouldn't do it. I mean, when you look at all these major companies, your Googles, your Apples, they started in garages. There wasn't nothing fancy going on about them. Out of the garages where they were at were pretty dope, but they started in garages.
So, let me ask this question: are you on your phone or laptop?
I'm on my laptop.
Can you? I'm trying to get you on my IG Live so that they can, because they have questions for you on here. So is your phone near you?
Yeah, the only problem with IG Live is the echo I get. So what would I have to do to?
You just have to turn your phone all the way down.
All the way down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, turn the volume all the way down.
And the speaker will still work fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just so. Yeah, because you got a few questions, so I want to make sure that people on here right now.
And you still got to go back to talk about student loans, so we're going to make sure we hit on that after.
All right, we'll go to student loans.
Well, no, I thought you had one last question there.
You know he can't produce and hit buttons at the same time. It's too much.
Doing too much. No, it was something in the news about student loans, and I think he was going to be able to clarify if someone can get their debt erased, if there's a pause, like what's going on with the student loan aspect.
So student loans have been extended, right? There was a moratorium on them to pay. It was going to end in October. Mm-hmm. It's now been extended to January 31st of 2022. What I would suggest everybody do is, if you have delinquent student loans, get on the payment plan now while the interest rates are zero. If you can afford to start paying on your student loans, start now, but you might need to keep stashing your cash, because I know a lot of us don't have ample savings, right? They say the average American can't handle a $400 emergency. So you got to keep that. You got to keep that in mind.
And if your student loan is maybe like $500 to $700 a month, that's a nice amount of savings if you can save that over the course of the next year, right?
Absolutely. You're talking almost $6,000, $8,000, $9,000.
The biggest, and this is a sidebar, I just want to vent real quick. The biggest scam in the world is student loans. It's ridiculous how colleges work with banks hand in hand to actually basically be loan sharks. And the fact that state colleges and people who live in a certain state can't go to college for free is absolutely absurd and makes no sense with how many taxes you pay. So I just want to say that you colleges are fucking crooks. And you literally really are. And you've downgraded people's degrees now so that they can spend more money on college to get secondary degrees or get graduate degrees. It's amazing what you do, and you claim you don't have money, and it's bullshit, because the NCAA has proven how much money you colleges really have. I just want to say that it doesn't make any sense. It's ridiculous. And I'm not for Republicans or Democrats. The fact that Bernie Sanders has made it look like he's crazy to say that college should be free. Yes, college should be fucking free if you really want people to actually improve their lives and really change the poverty level. All right, so
I did have another question. I'm gonna throw him a curveball with this. I know I didn't bring this up to him.
You're not gonna throw him a curveball. I promise it won't.
He's an expert. He's an expert, Jay Black.
So I'm a regular.
Hold on. I got $1.50. It's not a curveball, Mo. How much you want to pay? How much you want to put?
I still got Jada Kiss money left over. I match the 150.
Add me to IG, Mike. Add me to IG.
No, I'm not. I'm not, because you haven't been on IG all morning. So why would we like? Hold on. Let me let Jay Black, because I don't know why he won't get on. Let me add him.
Yeah, make sure your phone is all the way down. Come on.
I have $1.50. I have $1.50.
Sure. I see they're saying that it's got crazy echo.
I have $1.50. It's not going to be a curveball. $1.50.
No, it's a real legit question.
I know. I didn't say it wasn't a legit question. It's just not a curveball. Go ahead.
I got, for example, say if I got $5,000 right now for the financial rebel, what should I do, or what could I do that you would encourage or suggest to try to build and make something off of that that's not high risk?
That's not high risk. It depends. What do you want to do?
All right, financial. Before you answer that, was that a curveball? Because I'm iffy on that. Was that a curvebeball question? Was that a curve? That was.
I don't think that was a curve. I ain't see no. Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
was.
said not high risk because everything is usually high risk.
No, I just said curveball. Who gives a fuck about high risk? I said it was.
I'm talking about the question. But there you go. I got so if I got that, what can I like legit like because people can have money in the bank. It could even be $1,000 or $1,500.
Well, let's say with 10,000. That's a good.
No,
number.
I said 5. I had said 5,000. So if I I ain't we got $10,000.
He cheat. Come on.
I ain't got it like that. Just throw 10,000 the high. I need something that legit. That okay. You know what? I'm willing to put this into something that, but I need to make sure that I don't lose if I can't. You know what I mean? I want. What is the best opportunities out there?
All right. Before I answer this question, Jay, the last time you did this to me, you kind of ambushed me.
Oh no!
Wife was watching. And then it was problem. So we clear on the home front, right?
I'm holding home front. This is just me just throwing it out there.
I don't want your wife looking at me like, yo, that dude kind of shady.
No, nothing with the family. Now, this is something I legit been thinking about.
Well, so this is what I would say.
5K no risk.
5K no risk.
5K no risk.
What is your goal? What do you want to do in life? Right? Because I find a lot of people who do have savings a lot of times don't have a whole lot of direction and purpose. So what I would say is educate yourself. You talk about no risk. You can never go wrong educating yourself. That's a book. That could be a class. That could be a course.
The average person ain't reading. I just got 5,000. I want this money to make me some money.
Listen, we can't expect to do extraordinary things and not want to do the basics.
All right, real talk. Real. Let me pause because somebody on IG's live. Everybody see if they can make sure their phones are all down and then continue because this is interesting. Like Jay Black has. It wasn't a curveball, but Jay Black has gotten my interest. It definitely wasn't a. I mean, I won.
He said, "I won." Look, back always want to try to win. But
no, I won. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I would say educate yourself on whatever it is you got interest in. Now, you said people don't want to read. All right, we got Audible books. We got video classes. There is no excuse not to increase your skills or learn more.
So there's nothing you can advise him to put the 5,000 in?
So here's the thing. I could advise him to do stocks. I could advise him to do real estate. I could advise him to go invest in somebody's business. But if he's not really interested in it, it's going to be a loss of money. He said no risk. He said low risk.
So I have to have a passion for whatever that is.
I'm not going to say a passion, but you do need to have at least an understanding, right? So if you go, let's say you go buy real estate, a piece of rental property. Everybody's talking about real estate now. If you have no idea how to price it, how to fix it, how to market it, to either sell it or to get it rented, you're going to lose your $5,000. It'll be a waste of money. So that's high risk. But at that point, it's a high probability that you'll lose your money.
But realistically, real estate 5,000 ain't got me in that wouldn't do it. I'm trying to think of something for the common person that got that 5,000.
$5,000 could get you into a home, right? It could get you into a home, especially with a lot of these. And I'm not a real estate agent or broker, but with a lot of these first-time home buyer programs, it could definitely get you into a home. But it's about what do you want to do?
I just want to flip. I want to flip the money. I'm being honest. I just want to flip it. I want to flip this $5,000.
So when you say flip it, what type of return are you looking for, Jay Black? When you say flip it,
are you the expert? Are you the expert?
I want to know.
Are you the goddamn expert?
I'm asking because I want to know.
I just want to make a profit off this money that I may just have sitting. I just want to do something with it that's, like I say, not a lot of risk involved. Like the average person may have 1,000 or 1,500, and they say, "Yo, how can I use this to flip it into make maybe 2,000 if it's 1,500?"
So this is so going back to my thing, right? This is the thing that gets me in trouble with my wife. I listen to people and I listen to words. Jay Black just said, "I want to get some money at low risk." So at low risk, that means you can't lose.
Right.
Because then if you lose, Jay Black's going to be slandering me, besmirching my name out in these streets, and I can't afford that. But listen, you can buy stocks. You can start low cost. You can start with $25 a week or every time you get paid, right? You could do that and build up to that $5,000 mark. Start slowly. That's low risk. Again, you could do it with real estate. There's a lot of things you can do. It's endless what you can do.
What about CDs?
CDs are great, but CDs aren't going to pay you any interest rate. So I think the average CD right now might be about 2%.
So if he puts it in a, like, say, a 12-month and don't touch it.
So if you put, let's say, you know what, let me do this real quick. I'm going to look up interest rates real quick. All right. I want to say it's about 2%. So if you put 2% away,
it might be lower.
Months, and let's say it's $1,000. So for every $1,000 you got away, you'll get like $20. I don't think you're going to be happy with that.
So it's better.
It is low risk. It is low risk. You can do a CD.
So savings account. A lot of times I look at it. Well, you really ain't. I don't see the real fast growth with sitting in a savings.
There is no growth in a savings account.
Right,
so there's no fast growth, right?
Right, but here's the thing about savings account, right? I just told y'all, it's been reported that the average American can't handle a $400 emergency. So a lot of times there's a lot of people online that's promoting this propaganda that savings accounts suck. Well, but that's not what they're for. They're not for fast growth. They're for creating an umbrella for you when you have rainy financial days. We all have them at some point, some kind of way. Are you prepared for them? Most people are not. And that's why a lot of people wind up in debt. And so you gotta really understand what's the purpose for each one of these financial tools so you don't get jacked around. Cash is something you should have readily available for you for any needs you might have for a year or lower, right? You might want to start looking at CDs or other kind of bonds for things that you might want to spend money on in, let's say, the next 5 years, right? Because I look at it like buckets of money. And that next bucket, let's say 10 years out, this is for things you plan on doing over the next 10 years. So that's a different bucket. And that bucket has a different allocation, a different strategy, a different way to go about investing it or using it. So you have to really start thinking about those things, especially as we talk about, like Jay Black said, low risk. What's your risk tolerance?
So when you're like Paul said, an IRA account, how do you feel about IRA accounts?
I don't have a feeling about any account or any investment, for the record, right? I'm agnostic. People don't understand what an IRA account is, though. An IRA account is an individual retirement account. You can put money away for it. We just talked about buckets of money. That should be more than long-term money. So, Mike, how old are you? You 40?
Yeah, I'm old. No, I'm older than 40.
The man of a particular age.
When do you plan on? What do you plan on? Stop doing comedy and broadcasting. 10 years, 20 years.
Honestly, excuse me. My technical would probably be 5 years from now. And with my situation, with the job situation, I was on the course to be able to actually do that. And I'm still good right now, but I'm not going to be able to retire in 5 years. But that was my point where I wanted to retire. Like 50 was the age where I wanted to be like, I'm still going to work, but only because I want to.
Right.
And that was and right now it's a situation where I've done enough savings and I've done enough not a lot. I'm not trying to stunt and be like I have 2 real estate properties and stuff like that, which aren't going to make me rich, but I have
they got cash flow.
Yeah, there's cash flow where I'm actually, and it's funny, my credit score has actually gone up as I've been unemployed, simply because I've been able to keep up on every bill and actually brought the amount of money, my debt has actually gone down, which is God. It is a blessing. But the retirement, when you ask that question, you saying that because there's a path that you should take?
Well, I asked that question because you brought up IRAs, right?
Yeah.
So IRAs, again, are a tax advantage account to put money away for retirement. They will let your money grow tax-free. They'll usually give you a tax deduction or possibly give you a tax deduction when you put the money in. And again, the money grows tax-free. Now, you do have to pull the money out at some point, and typically you have to pay tax on it when you're over the age of 59 and a half. But again, that sounds like that's more than 10 years out for you. So to me, in that bucket, it would be in your 10-year plus bucket, your long-term bucket. But an IRA is, again, just an individual account. It's just an account. It's a wrapper, right? It's like a bucket, an account to put other things, investments inside of. So it just really depends on what you want to use it for. A lot of times People get confused though about an IRA or a personal account or a Roth or a 401k, and they think that the accounts can do something special for them when it's actually the investments inside that really give you all the juice inside of them.
What is your financial? What are your? I don't want to give you a top 3, but give me your top financial pet peeves that you have that just really, like, I'm gonna say pause before I say it, rub you the wrong way. That you are like, why do people do this, and this?
Oh, man, if I'm looking at social media on any day, I'll probably say all the credit memes that are floating around where they say credit is king and cash is not. I see a lot of the big influencers promote that a lot. But what they always fail to realize or mention is that at some point you need cash to pay for the credit. And so you can get a bunch of credit and not have the cash for it, and that will jack you up for a long time. Nobody ever talks about that. That's one. A lot of the quote unquote tax advice out there, like hire your kid. Oh, matter of fact, somebody talks about that on the show, right? Hire your kid. A lot of people talk about it as a way of getting over on the government when it's definitely legitimate. You can do it, but it should be a real thing that you use in your business, right? So people say, oh, you can hire your kid, pay them $12,000. They don't have to pay any tax on that. That's true. However, in order to really write that off per IRS standard, it has to be a normal or ordinary and necessary expense. So if you do demolition work and you hire your 2-year-old kid to come out and push the bulldozer,
it's not that likely.
That probably ain't gonna work too well.
Not realistic. Okay.
Right.
Not realistic.
But you'll see people promote that all day long. And again, for me, it's not, there's no such thing as a bad financial tool. It's just bad financial strategy.
Now,
because you can do all these things, but what's the strategy behind it?
Is it true that you can get your kids life insurance when they're like 16, and then they can sell the life insurance back when they're like 24, 25? They can actually. Well, no, I was just told that you can sell your life insurance. You can sell it back to a life insurance company, and you can sell it, and then you can get another life insurance after that. That's true.
Yes, that's true. I'm trying to think of what the term is. There's people and there's these funds out there that will buy life insurance policies from people because they either have a lot of cash inside of them, and the people can't get to the cash, and or they might be expected to die sooner than later, and so the company can advance the cash, and then they'll take assumption or ownership of the policy. That can be done. A lot of times it's not in the best interest, but you can get a life insurance policy for your kid before the age of 16. Sometimes it makes a lot of sense, especially if you are worried that your child might have a health condition.
Right.
Getting life insurance isn't automatic. You have to be in a decent rate of health condition because life insurance companies are in the business of making money. So the longer you pay their premiums, the more they make money. However, I will say this just as a disclaimer. I'm a big fan of life insurance. It's one of the greatest financial tools ever created. And you can really use it to create generational wealth for you, yourself, and your family. So it can be used for retirement planning. It can be used for estate planning. It can be used for, again, generational wealth. There's a lot of jewels in life insurance when used properly. Though.
So would you do whole or term?
What's that?
Whole or term? Would you do whole or term?
Depends on your situation. So whole is cash value life insurance. That's like the Big Daddy. That's the Cadillac of life insurance. Term is like the Ford Escort of life insurance, or the old Pinto.
Yeah,
right?
shout out to Ford Escort.
They do the same thing in the context, right? You want to be able to cover the life of a person that's providing income. Life insurance initially is to cover the loss of income. So if you're somebody that makes $50,000 a year, you're married, you got children. If you lose that $50,000 a year income because of whatever reason we just came out of COVID, actually still in COVID, actually, right? If you lose that income, it's typically a severe hardship on the family.
So, and just to confirm, I'm sorry, Mike, because my wife been having insurance on our kids since they were like 2 years old, and I thought it was such a waste of money, and I always disagreed, but I just let it fly because it was a lot cheaper because they're young age, and she's been now, one daughter's 18. It's like, wait, you've been wasting all this money for all these years and still have that. So you saying that's actually a good thing to have that life insurance on a baby? Wow.
It can be. Listen, everybody likes to talk about this, like family banks and creating wealth just for this exercise, right? So, Jay, let's say you, your wife, and your kids, y'all each got a life insurance policy on everybody that's born into the family. Because, listen, we all know we got a date. We don't know the time. We don't know the place, but we know for certain we all have an expiration date. You have $100,000 policy, $1 million policy. You know that money is now going to come back into the quote unquote family bank at some point.
Yep.
That's how a lot of the wealthy stay wealthy over the years, because they use life insurance. And again, I just told y'all, like every there is no bad financial tool. There's only bad financial strategy. So you can use certain things that's for you, but I don't want to try to sell y'all on the fact of using life insurance to be like the rich, where you don't necessarily have the money like the rich. So it's oftentimes out of place.
Yeah, I would never think that was a waste of money to have life insurance.
Because like they're baby, they're young.
Yeah, but
my
my thing, it just builds, and then you have they're taken care of. So like,
I guess it's the thought process of thinking they're going to be leaving us. And it's like you don't want to think of the harsh reality. Like you say, it could be when they're 100, but sadly for some, they lose lives a lot younger. So from that, it's like, wait, well, why are we throwing away all this money for all these years? It's such a waste. But I get that thought.
And it depends on what kind of policy you got, Jay. Right? Like if you got a cash balance policy and they've had it since children, the policy, again, depending on the type of policy, but let's assume it's a whole life cash value policy. The premium is never going to go up. It's accumulating cash. It's growing tax-free. So that's something you can either give to your children or potentially use yourselves later on in life. So, I mean, again, I would need to know more of the specifics, but it's definitely something you can use.
Now, I know you're not a credit expert, but let me just ask you this. Putting your kids as card users, if you have great credit, and you have some credit cards that you put your kids as card users, does that increase their credit? Does that give them some type of credit that starts to raise their number?
Usually it does, yes. But more importantly, though, how are you teaching? How are you modeling good financial habits, though? It's great to put them on as an authorized user. They get that trade line on their account. But how are you modeling financial responsibility for them?
No, that's a great point. That's a great point. Because
I'll say this. Everybody's saying, I want to get my kids credit. I want them to be straight. Your average 18-year-old, Jay just talked about it, right? I don't care how much you talk to them. I don't care how much education they have. They're going to be 18. They're going to do 18-year-old stuff. And it's kind of foolish for us to think that they weren't or will not do that. So, we gotta make sure that they're prepared. And also we gotta realize everybody's different. So some people like to spend, some people like to ball till they fall. What did Jay say? Blowing money fast, BMF.
Blow money fast,
right?
BMF.
Some people are really prone to that. So now you've given them all this, they have access to it, but is it really good for them? Right. So sometimes it's better to make your kids work for it though. But you got to know your child. You got to know your child.
And making them a user doesn't mean they can really have access. They really don't have access to the card. I'm just paying the bill. I just put them on there, just basically so their name can start getting the credit numbers up. But I know what you're saying, and you're absolutely right with it.
And what he said last time.
Right. Just for clarification, what I'm saying, Mike, is you got 850 credit score. You add your kids to the line. Now they have great credit as well. Right, they get to 18 or the age where they can start applying for cards. They are able to now get access to credit a whole lot faster.
No, you're right.
Do you want them to be able to get access to credit without your oversight, stewardship, and guidance a whole lot faster?
And there was another suggestion that he said last time at when the age of 16, I believe you said this, Kamari, that just go ahead and apply together as a joint card so they get better credit instead of authorized user. They really have the credit in their name. So like you apply, Mike, and let's say Monty applies, like legit application wise, they're going to do it. So it's not just authorized user, it's their actual credit card in their name is even better. And of course, you're using it and managing it. That's going to help. I believe you said it last time, right, Kamari? Was it you?
I didn't say that.
Okay, it might have been somebody else we had on. It might have been somebody. But I was like, "Whoa, that's genius."
We gotta say allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah, there you go. Allegedly.
But that's another way, Mike. It was another one.
All right, Jay, what time is it on the East Coast?
23 after 9.
23 after 9.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I just want to make sure.
And Kevin wanted us to comment on this, but I wasn't sure exactly what was the question.
He says, "I have this, but many don't know about it, or have the knowledge, or doesn't strive to build towards wealth. Dividend income from stocks owned, earned income from paychecks, rents from rental and real estate property, royalties from selling rights to use something they've written or invented, capital gains from selling appreciated assets, profits from businesses they own." So if I want to paraphrase, I guess if he's asking, these are like methods or modes or vehicles of making money.
Absolutely. All of them are thorough. I love dividend income. Dividends are basically money that's paid from a company, i.e. Apple. Apple pays a dividend. It's a share of their profits to their investors, people that own the stock. I think it's great. I think it's the best form of passive income there is.
And for those, do you have to have a lot? Like, so do you have to invest a lot, or can you buy maybe 5 shares and be good long term?
So what I do is, to answer your question, yes and no, right? So yeah, it's great to buy and hold it. What I normally advise people to do is reinvest your dividends. And the dividend again gets paid usually every quarter. And so if you look at my IG feed, I just shared a dividend I got from AT&T was like $9.97. And what I did with that $9.97, because I don't need it right now, I took it right back and reinvested it back into my AT&T shares. That's a great way to continue to build your income, your portfolio, your stock portfolio. It's a great way to build wealth. Again, many of us go to some of these big chain stores and buy $5 worth of coffee every day. What if you took, I don't know, a week's worth of that and just applied it to a stock that you like? It could be any stock that you like, right? What's your favorite sneaker brand? What's your favorite coffee brand? What's your favorite phone brand, right? And just put that $25 on it now. And then if it's a dividend company or dividend paying company, you can take that money and reinvest it for you. And
what about
once a month?
Action said, what about, I actually have been a part of this, Robinhood and Acorn. And then you have the stash when you play with those. Like Acorn has actually done very well for me. But what do you think about them?
I like them all. I have Robinhood. I have Acorn. I've never used Stash, but I know Stash is very similar to Acorn. Robinhood is just a brokerage account that you can use fractional investing. What does fractional investing mean? You can literally take $1 and start your investment journey. You can buy a piece of stock, right? And so remember that a piece of stock is just investment or ownership in the business. If I want it, I could take $1 and go buy a fractional share of Nike stock, right? I could take $1 and go buy a fractional share of Tesla or Google or Microsoft. I can do that. So you don't need a whole lot of money, right? So don't get stuck on $1. I'm just saying that there is no reason not to invest these days. And we've seen how the stock market has ran, especially over the last year. So
but then you got to know what to invest in. That's where it gets so tricky. Like for a real person, like what do I invest in? What
corner invested for you?
I know.
Invest in what you know. Start simple, right? A lot of time financial media makes this stuff sound like rocket science. It's not. I mean, I'm a big money nerd, so I'll read this stuff. I'll get into this stuff. But some of the best investments that were ever made was just based off of a hunch or based off trends, right? There's a guy, I forget his name off the top of my head. It'll come to me in a minute. He brought leggings or,
Spanx?
It's not Spanx, but Spanx has been a good investment too. But there were stockings, there were pantyhose in like the eggshell box.
They're Hanes.
No,
legs.
It was legs. Thank you. He brought that because he knew ladies knew it would be convenient for them to use. Stock made a bunch of money. He did that because his wife was using it. So again, I always say, buy what you know. All of us use Google at some point.
It's too much money though. That's too much money. Realistic. I want something that's pennies. Like give me something that's like cents. So I can buy a bunch of them.
Yeah, you're not listening.
He never does. He never does listen. Never.
Right. But I ain't gonna pick on Jay too much because everybody says that same thing. So a lot of people like the penny stocks. For the record, I hate penny stocks. Penny stocks are the spawn of the devil. If you do a search of 50 cent and penny stocks, you'll see that penny stocks have been, by the way, penny stocks are anything that's $5 or less. People manipulate penny stocks all the time. Again, Google 50 cent penny stocks. You'll see how he did it many years ago. I'm not mad at him, but it's not something I advise. People put shirts in it all the time.
And I will say this, and you're absolutely right. Invest in something that you know. But even with the Acorn, they will invest it for you. I know everybody's like, that's crazy. And it could be moderate, conservative, or it could be aggressive. And I was in a situation where I let it be aggressive, and it didn't make me money. And then I had to fall back and said, I'm going to do this moderate thing. And they invested it for you. And then you saw before COVID, when COVID hit, there was a lot of situations going on that were going lovely. Then COVID hit, and then they told me to keep your money in it. And I was like, nope, I'm not. And I said, I don't play those games. And I took the money out. All right, on everyday life, how much do you tip a waitress or waiter on a $50 tab?
Don't ask me this question.
Answer the question. This is real life.
All right, so you want a real life scenario? I can give you a real life scenario.
That's what I'm looking for.
I'm going to give you a real life scenario. So my mother hates my father, right? Real life.
Okay.
Stay with me, Shawn. Stay with me, Mike. Right? I take my mother out to eat. And she says, are you going to tip this lady? Don't be like your cheap father. Right? And so my mother's looking at me, and she's always throwing me and my dad shade. I had already paid the lady. My mom didn't know. Right. And so what I did, being a smart ass son that I am, I asked the lady to come back, give me the tab, show my mother the tab. It was a $20 tab. We got some sandwiches somewhere. I gave this lady, I think it was an $8 tip. Showed my mother and made my mother shut up because I was being sarcastic. So what's $8 divided by 20? Right? So I normally do about 20%. So I just multiply the front number by 2. So it was a $50 tip. I multiply it by 2. It's at least $10 on a $50 tip, at least.
So you keep the same strategy no matter what. Like if it's, let's say the tab's $150.
I would probably do $30 or $40. And if the service is good and I'm feeling good, I might do more. But it all depends. It all depends.
That's good. That's fair. That's fair.
Even if it's the gratuity added into it, the extra 18%.
Oh, here we go.
That's the curveball. Even waiting to give you
that's a real life scenario.
So he's trying to make it come back.
He's added in. Right. I won't tip extra unless they did something that was out of the way.
Oh, y'all Philly motherfuckers, boy.
No, Jay Black is just cheap.
No, that's real.
So what's your policy, Jay?
My policy depends on the service, period, hands down. I don't care about none of that. If you whack, you whack.
So on a $50 bill, you're going to write a note and say your tip is look both ways before you cross the street.
No, I need you to be attentive, and I need friendliness. I need that good service for me to feel like my money is well spent. Like I don't mind. I'll go extra if you were dope, but if you were whack, I ain't gonna reward you. That's rewarding that continue that behavior. No,
but Jay
Black wants you to do cartwheels with his goddamn food, piping hot, coming in for a smooth landing in front of his face. That's what he wants.
Well,
he
Jay,
wants to be entertained.
Services, I would think you like those type folks.
No, I think you're paid what you're worth, and if your worth wasn't that, you shouldn't be overcompensated because it's not going to encourage you to honestly change.
Here it goes.
Okay.
There goes the man who sets the change on individuals. If I don't do this, it won't make you be a better person.
Why would you reward someone for bad behavior?
Just because you're a good person. Just because you're a good person.
What will you tip on a $50 bill?
It depends. Like I'm an over tipper. Like if I'm in a good situation financially, I'm gonna over tip you. Like I'm literally gonna be like, I'll give you, if it's a $50 tab, I might hit you with like $20. I will, because I know in my goods. And listen, I just go through the universe. I just feel like when I do stuff like that, I'm not doing it because of me getting it back. But I feel like if I got it and it's not bothering me and it's not going to change my financial situation, why not just throw $25 on there and just.
So you're putting that good karma out in the universe.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm, just and then the other, I will say this: kindness is the key, because I understand if you're overwhelmed. And I understand you can't give me your priority. You can't make me the top priority. If I'm at a restaurant and I see you running around and I see how crazy things really are going, if you're kind to me, even if you're slow, but if you're kind, I'm going to overtip you. Like, that's just what I do. Like that.
And I see one of your comments on IG says, say if they had a bad day, they're going to have a bad tip. It affects that. Like it legit does.
What about you? What do you want to tip on a $50 bill, Mo?
So I'm definitely tipping the 20%. I think 15% is basic. That's just basic service etiquette, right? 20% for me, I feel comfortable. Again, if you're at a busy restaurant, sometimes it's not even their fault that your food is delayed. It might be the chef or the cook's fault, and you take everything out that you don't like about that restaurant on that attendant or on that wait staff. And so I just try to be very cognizant of that.
But you know what tipping does? Tipping actually feeds into human instinct. Everybody wants to be somebody's boss. Everybody wants to be somebody's boss with tipping. And they literally know they're in control of it. At this table, I'm controlling your destiny at this table. And everybody wants to act like the boss. So now the critique gets crazy. Now it's like, well, the water didn't have 7 ice cubes. And also when the mozzarella sticks came.
I feel like you talking about me. You trying to take shots.
No, I'm not taking shots.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to speak my mind.
When the cheese bread came, the cheese bread wasn't, everybody wants to be a boss. If you can't afford to go out, then don't go the fuck out. But don't start using like these levels of, I'm literally gonna critique this person on the straws not being here, or the water, or the cups, or whatever. It's
free. It costs nothing to be friendly and nice and attentive.
I just said that 7 times.
I know, but no, I feel like you're just judging me because I'm judging on certain aspects.
Food service, right?
Even that is subjective.
I was a busboy at IHOP and a server and a host and prep cook and all that. And then so I've seen the worst of people that come in. And some people, you can be the nicest person, they still won't leave you a tip. And they just want asshole mode. And so for me, I always think about that and I always go back to that.
And then I always say this: we do realize that the job they're doing sucks.
Yes.
Like we do realize what they're doing is something that we don't want to do. Like we don't want to do the job that they're doing. So the fact that we're like, make sure you keep a smile and you be attentive on some shit that I don't want to be a part of. Now I get it. If people are rude to me, then the tip goes down. But I think we do have to really think in ourselves, like, you're really doing some shit I don't ever want to do. Or I would do. It's not beneath me. If I had to, I would do. But it wouldn't be something that I would choose to and be like, yo, I am so happy to be here on a Sunday at IHOP.
See, I've been out on a date with somebody and literally I looked at how much they tipped. I reached in my wallet and added more, and that was the last date that I went out on that person.
Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah,
that was the last date I went out with that person. Well, you ain't gotta want to go out with me again, J Black, because I didn't want to go out with you. So that that was that.
So did the guy leave like $1 on a $100 tip? Is that why you added more?
So the meal came up to almost $200, right? And he left $20. And so I'm like, that's a $200 meal between 2 people, and you feel like, and I know
what was it supposed to be? Was it supposed to be 35 or 40?
No, what I'm saying, that person provided top tier level, what I consider top tier level wait service, like wait staff service. It wasn't like, oh, he just brought the food out you got to think you got the person that brings out your accompaniments. And then you got the person who brought out that nice steak, and you left $20.
Let me ask you a question.
It was running back and forth to the table, and you left $20.
What if he couldn't afford?
He couldn't afford. You don't know his finances.
So with
why did he take her there then? Why did he take her there?
We should have went somewhere that you could afford to feed both of us, or we both could eat there and have a nice time, and for you to tip the staff adequately.
Who knew you was gonna order all that extra food and want a bottle of wine? Like I didn't know you was gonna order that.
Me?
I'm sure it was you for $200.
Why it had to be me though? Don't do that.
He said, "Was it the first date?"
Was it the first date?
It was the first and the last.
You went behind this
and
man
because
and paid extra money on the tip.
It's not extra money. He didn't even pay the basics.
Well, no.
How much is $20? $200. How much? What percent is that?
I wouldn't take a young lady out on a first date to a $200 meal. I just wouldn't.
He's trying to ball, trying to impress her, I guess.
I had a sparkling personality.
Yeah, but yeah, and the other thing is when people. When you go somewhere and you're ultra particular about everything, I get it. If we're going somewhere that's an exclusive 5-star spot,
like to Maestro's in Texas.
Yes,
Maestro's.
But if we had fucking Fridays, and now you literally are trying to be specific on give me 7 pieces of onions and do the and like we're at Fridays. Like, can we get a wine list? Oh, whatever, bitch. We're at Fridays. Stop trying to be so extra. And I don't know. Stacey's probably why. Stacey, we order Chinese food, and it's got to the point with Stace when we order takeout. Let me see if she's on his IG live. I think she might be on his.
No, it's a day off,
dude.
In trouble,
dog. Literally, when we order something for takeout, I make her call and just put her order in because I don't get the extraness. Like, I don't get I need 7 packs of soy sauce. I need this. I need no shrimp in the shrimp fried rice. It drives me crazy. I'm like, people, we can't customize all this stuff. We're just buying regular fucking food. Get regular stuff.
Kathy,
like when I take you to a fancy spot, I want you to be particular. But when we're ordering takeout, when we're ordering takeout and we're at Friday, stop being so fucking particular. This shit drives me. It makes me now. I gotta tip the delivery person an extra $15 because I feel bad that I know what my family just ordered, and I'm sitting there going like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now? It's Chinese food. If you don't order the damn rice and the shrimp fried and the egg roll and the fucking whatever the other patty shit is, or dog, why do y'all make somebody want to spit in your food?"
Oh.
And so I try not to frequent those establishments. But Kathy, put that back up, J Black, just to answer your question, Kathy. She said, Mo, did you tell him why you never went out with him again? Like, did you tell him he was a cheap bastard? So I think by me putting, and I'm not rude, I'm not nasty, but I think by me putting that extra money on the table and giving him this look, I think that he knew that.
First of all, Mo, the fact that you judged that man on a tip and never went out with him again is a different issue.
It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that.
I believe it better be. It better be.
It's deeper than that for me.
Because he may not have been purposely being cheap. He may have thought that he was giving the proper tip.
It was deeper than that for me. Yeah.
Well, then you need to say that before you need to preface your goddamn story.
I ain't prefacing a damn thing.
You need to
wrong.
You should preface it.
And I feel like if you are out to eat, by that particular age, you should know better. You should know how to treat people, and you should. And he ran the wait staff like crazy. Like, oh, I'm paying my money. I mean, it was just a turnoff. The whole date, his whole persona, and his whole just viewpoint on how he was treating the wait staff, it was just obnoxious. So when he left that $20 tip, that was just like the icing on the cake to the date.
Oh, so the date sucked. So that's okay. That
overall,
should have been.
Yeah, that was the icing on the cake, though. The $20 tip.
So it wasn't solely that. It wasn't good conversation.
That's a preface. That's why you have to preface the story saying the date sucked. Like, but on top of it, can you put that last one up? Because I hate when people do this. Man, I've been with friends that get pissed about their food so they don't have to pay. Yeah, this is why I don't mess with y'all. I don't go out with y'all. I don't mess with y'all. Y'all not gonna find ways to get discounts. Y'all want to find a reason why something should be deducted from the bill. That's why I don't play with y'all. And I'm far from rich. I do not play with y'all. You're not gonna embarrass me and start saying that
the fries wasn't even hot. Them fries wasn't even hot. Y'all just reheated these up from earlier.
And y'all people who complain about the meal and eat just about the whole damn meal and then say, "Yeah, this was cold." You almost ate the whole thing.
So, Mike, if I go to dinner with a group of us and I break out my calculator.
Oh, I ain't messing with you.
Oh, everybody paying separate? It's like everybody.
You're not with that, Mike?
No, because guess what? If we go out, like let's say we all go out, it's 4 of us and it's 5 with Shawnee, and it's 5 of us, and I happen not to be hungry. First of all, if I'm broke, I'm gonna let y'all know from the door because I know y'all. I'm gonna let y'all know I ain't got no money. And then if y'all say we got you, we go. But if I don't say that and I go there, and let's just say I order, like the check comes out, it's 5 of us, and it comes out to $150, and I decide to say, oh, but I just got mozzarella sticks. No, we're gonna split this. This is how I get down.
Whoa, you say evenly? If all I got was mozzarella sticks and some water, I just can't give you my $5?
No,
I don't like going out with people.
And I don't go out with people like you, J Black. See what you just said? Yeah.
Well,
Jay, we can go to dinner. I'll just buy.
Yeah, like if you
that's exactly what I do.
Thank you. Yeah. You see how cheap his ass is? I told you.
That's exactly what I do.
All I had was water, ice, and lemon.
No, I'd rather just buy than break this whole thing up. Like I'd rather just be like, yo, I'm gonna take this hit.
Oh, don't forget the taxes, because your mozzarella is $5, but it was taxes on that, so I need at least another.
And
people do that though.
I hate when you got to go out. This is why I don't go out with people a lot. I hate when you got to let people know before you get in my car, when this check comes, we're splitting it as many ways as the people in my car. I'm letting you know right now. If there's 3 of us, when we go somewhere, we're gonna split it 3 ways. We're not calculating anything.
So eat and drink what you want. Drink what you want.
And we going in. Now, if you can't afford it, please, once again, say it. So I know we got to take care of you. That's all I'm saying, because I can't. I think that is the crazy. I've had that happen before, and man, I was so mad because I picked up like a $350 check.
If you want to be ordering double shots and the person got water, why should they have to pay an even proportion of that? I don't see the
You should have came out for the incredible. You should have came out for the incredible atmosphere that I provided. I created an atmosphere for you that you will never forget. Matter of fact, you gonna pay for the goddamn selfies you took with me.
But now everybody sees how you stayed in the Trap Motel. Thank you,
Kathy
Mark.
said, Mike, that doesn't sound fair. That doesn't sound fair.
Don't go out with me, Kathy. Just understand, Kathy. If you ain't got the bread, tell me, and then I'll decide on my own where. Okay, Kathy, you're good. Order a grilled cheese. You're good.
So I go out with my sorority sisters all the time and do that. And we just split the bill. We automatically know because this is what we do. We go out and we throw our cards on the table and they split the bill. We don't go and itemize. I only had this, I only had that. Eat, drink what you want, and we splitting the bill.
And I don't mess with you restaurants who will not take multiple cards. Because that's
hard.
I've been with you restaurants that said no, we don't take multiple cards. So now somebody got to take the hit. Thank God for Cash App. Thank God for Cash App, because before I give my card up, I'm like, everybody Cash App me $am Shawn SHAWN 0902.
Yes.
So I got a question. Real quick.
What's the question?
I got much time for me, right?
No, go ahead.
This is for you, Mo.
Yes.
We talking relationships, we talking money, we talking dating.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Should the guy always pay on the first date?
So my dad has always told me, 1, you take your own money when you go out with a young man on first date, right? And when he pulls out his, you wait and you see if he pulls out his pulls out his wallet. If he doesn't, you put your card on the table and you keep it pushing. And that came from my dad. My dad feels like a man should always put, especially a first date, a man asking you out on a date, that he should be prepared to pay.
So if you ask me out on a date, you should be prepared to pay.
God bless the woman who asked you out on a date.
Yeah,
happens all the time, honey.
I have a question, but I'm scared.
Go ahead, ask it.
No,
I love it.
But you know, I grew up down south, and my dad is my dad is not that, full disclosure, my dad is not that much older than me, but he has very traditional values when it comes to that. And so he's always told me that, no, a man should pay. Even when I'm out to dinner with him and I'm like, no, Dad, he'd be like, he give me that look like, girl, if you don't put your wallet up, and let me do what I do. And so, that's how he.
My daughter went on a date with her boyfriend. She's 17. I said, don't you let him pay for shit.
I know why Mike said that.
Wait, whoa. Because she's supposed to have the money so she don't have to rely on him because she's good.
I said, don't you let him pay for
anything?
I said, don't you let him pay for shit.
Even his food. Even you want your daughter to pay for everything on a date.
No. I'm saying my daughter, you go there, you pay for everything you ate. In life, if you want to be independent, pay for all the shit that goes in your mouth. And I didn't say pause.
I think that's the topic in itself.
When I tell y'all, y'all young women out there, don't ever let these motherfuckers ever think that the date that you went on is he's treating you. I have mine. I need y'all to be independent 24 hours a goddamn day. Every second of the day.
I don't think that relinquishes my independency, though.
I didn't say you did. I'm saying for these young ladies out here now.
Yeah, but I don't think that allowing a man to pay for a dinner that he's asked you on is removing your self independence.
Maybe
I don't think that.
On the first date, I believe it is. It shouldn't. You know when I start paying for you? When we really are in a committed relationship.
But there's a reason why I know why Mike did that, because I have a daughter too. Some men will take a young lady out and be expecting various favors. I'll keep it PG for this show. And I don't want her to ever be compromised in that situation.
And so my dad also equipped me with other things as well, as in saying he can have all the expectations he wants. Before I left, and I just had this conversation before I left home, my dad taught me how to drive a stick, because he said, you know what, don't ever get in nobody's car or go on a date with somebody and you can't get home. You know what I mean? So my dad equipped me with more than enough to know that, you can expect all you want to, but that doesn't mean that you're going to get. And I'm not going to be apologetic because I didn't put out or give nothing to you in return for that steak and that lobster you just set up here and paid for.
And I'm not, this is, your situation is different. I'm not, don't personalize this.
Oh, no.
I'm saying for these younger women right now, pay for every meal you eat. Pay for every drink you drink. Like, if you want to be independent and yell out independent, show independence all the time. And don't get mad if a dude don't open the door. Open your goddamn door. Pull out your chair.
Shivering.
Like, in real life, I understand. When I start to know you, when me and you go on a few more dates and I believe that you're going to be my lady, then I'm going to open up the door. Then I'm going to pull out the chair. Why am I doing all this stuff for somebody we don't even fucking know each other? And it's all just a facade. It's just a make-believe thing. Like, when I start to care for you and we go like, we are now committed, then now we have a commitment. Now, guess what? If you would allow me to, I will pay for you. I will open up the door. I will make sure I open up that car door. Why am I opening up a car door for a chick I don't fucking know?
So we've all seen Roxelle. You can't open up the car door. That's just courtesy. That's just courtesy. That's a nice gesture. I think that everything doesn't have to be this whole exchange in life, especially when you're talking about, interconnections with people. Everything doesn't have to be this tit for tat exchange. I'm doing a kind gesture. I'm opening up the door for you because that's my kind gesture to you. I'm helping you get in the car because that's what I want to do.
You would open the car door, Mo?
Excuse me?
You would open the car door?
Now, I've leaned over the seat and pull the thing. Yes. I don't have a problem with doing that.
Let me tell y'all my philosophy on this. This is why relationships are all screwed up and everything goes backwards. The first thing people say in a relationship is what people stop doing. He stopped opening up the door. He stopped buying me flowers. He stopped talking to me. Why? Because in the beginning of the relationship, we do all this shit for somebody we're not even committed to. And then later on, they go like, but he stopped doing it. You shouldn't have done it to begin with.
Well, that's only if that was the representative. That means that you're bringing your representative in the beginning. That means that that's not who you're not living in your true self. Then if you stop those things and you're not doing them and you only did them in the beginning just to get the box.
We're not. We're told that we're supposed to do this when we meet a woman, and I'm saying you don't do it till you love the woman. You don't do all this stuff in the beginning when I don't even know you. When I begin to know you and I begin to realize that I am really catching feelings for you, that's when I hold that umbrella. That's when I make sure I open those car doors. Because I'm like, I really feel you. But in the beginning, we do it the reverse. We do it in the reverse way. We do polite shit for people we don't even know.
But Kathy's saying if you're not trying to impress her, bye.
I don't have to impress you. You have to like me and I have to like you. Impressing you doesn't mean we like each other. That's that's another Instagram fallacy that was before Instagram. I have to impress you. No, I don't. I have to be me.
In doing that, if you're being your authentic self, you don't have to wait until you're in a relationship to open up the door for somebody, bring somebody flowers, or do something, do a small gesture, right? Then Mike, you're not being your authentic self.
I am being my authentic self. I don't know you. It's our first date. I don't know you. So I don't even know why would I do all this extra shit if I don't even know? It's an experiment. We're gonna go out, we're gonna have a date, and we're gonna see how it goes.
So you're gonna do the Dutch thing, what you said with the daughter. And so if Monty's date refuses to allow her to pay for her meal, I think, no, I got this. No, we're not.
No, then if that's what he planned, that's what he wanted to do, then let him do it. Then be like, all right. But understand, we go all the way out for people we don't even know.
I mean, you do it for job interviews, right? Right? When you go on a job interview and you want something, you want that job, you don't come in there in sweatpants. You don't come in there not putting your best foot forward. So why can you not apply that same mentality to when you're going after a woman or you're trying to court a woman that, hey, I really like her. That's something that I'm interested in. You're not going to show up your dusty ass. I just woke up out the bed and I really don't give two fucks. So
but
you're
I'm
not gonna do that.
But see, that's not being, once again, let's get back to the point. Me is not getting out dusty regardless. Me is coming out the way I come out, fly to death.
Okay.
And so once again, I'm going to be me. I'm not going to put this facade on when I don't even know you. This is the problem. We don't have a progression. We don't have a natural progression where we go like, hey, be who you are. I'm going to be who I am. Let's go to dinner. Let's stop all this nonsense that I got to bring you flowers or you got to bring me this or and let's take it slow. And as we progress, then we will get to flowers. We will get to romance and we will get to all that good stuff. Y'all start from the beginning of doing it to impress.
So I think that if that is something that you naturally do, then it's not fake. You're not in the beginning, you're doing what you would naturally do. That's you're operating in your natural environment.
I'm just saying if that's what you naturally do, then naturally be that. But most guys ain't naturally like that.
So which means they're not going to do it down the line either. And if that's what your expectation is, and I use the word expectation loosely when you're dating, then that might not be the person for you because they're not going to do it down the line. If you're living in your authentic self and you're not doing it from the beginning, right?
No, that makes okay.
How does that not make any sense?
Because when a guy realizes that you're the one, then he will start doing other things. It's not being I'm saying stop doing extra stuff in the beginning for somebody you don't know.
But Kelly's point, you read her comment?
Why is it extra if you will end up doing it anyway? Start out how you want things to go. That's setting your standards. No, it's not. You don't know this person, and then y'all get mad. Then you do all this stuff, and then you get mad when a person's not doing it anymore.
But then you're gonna be mad because you ain't opening like the door. Those are common.
I get Mike's point though, right? Because I've met various ladies through my life who have moved men in, didn't know these dudes, but moved them in, right? Did it way too soon. So sometimes you're doing things way too soon. But I get your point too, Mo, that you want to be your authentic self and you want to move and just be you. So, I get both sides.
I think sometimes experience blocks us from being our authentic selves sometimes when we're looking at it from a dating perspective, because we want to know if that person is worth it or not. And that comes from having bad experiences or experiences that didn't work out. So it's like, now, you know what? Why I got to do all of that? Because I don't even know if this is going to work.
No, it's called taking life slow. It's called
building. Opening the car door is too much.
First of all, you get stuck oh God, women.
I'm just using
you get stuck.
You say women.
Y'all get stuck on opening the doors. It's just a metaphor for slow down. You come into the restaurant, I come into the restaurant, we have dinner, we have conversation. If the conversation was good, then boom. I say, would you like to do this again? Yes. Cool. We progress from there. And then we go on, and then we progress to flowers. We progress to you saying you saw this is cologne that you brought me because it smells good. And then you progress slowly but surely, just like everything else. In a job, you get the job, then you get promoted, and hopefully you get promoted again. Just like your career, everything changes. But for some reason in these relationships, we want to throw everything in the beginning, like flowers and expensive restaurants, and we dress up to our tees, and everybody's fake, and everybody's just like, oh, I'm gonna give you the best I got, and then you're like, well, where are we going from here? Like, shouldn't you wait to progress to something? Like, isn't that normally what life is about?
Is that what you did with Stacy, Kathy's accent?
Yes, yeah, but it wasn't on purpose. It's because me, Stacy met. And I was with somebody else. She was with somebody else. And then we started hanging out. And then next thing you know, we started hanging out more. And then we started hanging out more. And then we realized that, oh shit, we really fuck with each other.
And did you start doing the door then? Or you still don't do the door?
Yeah, I do the door. Like, God, if I jump in front of, like, I can't let her walk. If I think something, if it's dark, I'm walking before her in the dark. But I've been with her forever. But
my son holds the door for random women. He's 12. He holds the door for random women because that's his act of kindness. So I don't like stuff like that. I don't think that has a place in the journey of the relationship. Like, there's a right or wrong time to do that. Now you talking about, I'm not expecting for a man to my first date. Oh girl, look, I just brought you this Chanel bag. I know it costs $3,000, but I just thought it was, no, I understand that. I understand that there are, levels to, by the time you're in a relationship or you're deeper into a relationship. I'm talking about basic foundations of kindness or gestures that you shouldn't have to wait until.
If that's not, going back to this comment earlier, is if that's not the core, where basically your character is who you are all the time, whether you plan your plans long term or not in a relationship. If you stop doing kind gestures, then that's not who you are at the core. So you want somebody to be fake. Is that ultimately what it is? You want them to not be who they are at the core.
And real quick, I want to ask you this. Just because I don't do gestures doesn't mean I'm not a kind person. That is just the most amazing thing to me. That opening up a door, and we're stuck on this because this is what y'all women do. We're stuck on doors.
Now we're making that generalized statement.
Yes. We're stuck. I don't care. We're stuck on doors. That was not my point. It was a metaphor.
And I'm using it as a talking point.
My thing is a metaphor. It was a metaphor for taking things slow. The point of the conversation was taking relationships slow. Don't try and do too much early.
And I agree.
Get to know each other, have a conversation, and then go your separate ways. Don't try and show off and do all this other stuff when in actuality, all that stuff will come if y'all have a connection. But people get upset, men and women get upset because they do that in the beginning and then the connection doesn't happen. And they're like, why the hell I do all that? Like, why women do it and men do it? Why the hell I do all that? Why I spend all this money?
So like the guy that went out with Mo and spent $200 that got ghosted later on, he did too much up front. Right, Mike? That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Gotcha.
But Mo, did answer the question about, do you want them to be fake? You want them to just be fake and be that?
No, I don't. No, I would prefer, and I know most of the women that I speak to when we talk about dating, I prefer you to be your authentic self. So whoever you are, I want to see that, because I don't want to get invested emotionally into someone who I look up 6 months, a year down the line, and I'm like, who the hell are you? Like, who is this person? Like, I thought I knew who you were, but this is not even who you are. So I'd rather somebody tell me up front when dating, like, or show me up front, like, this is who I am. And I respect that more than somebody bringing a false representative to the table.
Like, I'll give you an example, and this is not about you, Mo, but just based on like dating, there's not on tips and stuff. My grandfather was probably the worst tipper ever. My grandfather co-signed for everybody's house in my family. Everybody. Like, there's nobody who didn't, their first home, he made happen. So what I'm saying is, like, if you just chill and just find out a person, like, and just relax and listen. At my age, I realized I wasn't thinking like this when I was 27. My thing was like, we're gonna pop bottles and I'm gonna show you how dope you are just by the popping of the bottles. I just think like the brand newbie, and slow down and just take it slow and just have some talks or whatever, and stop basing this off of gestures and whatever. Gestures doesn't mean, you can't define somebody simply by opening up doors and gestures. You can't find out to who they are until you find out to what they really do for people. So and where the heart is.
So the gesture thing, I was just speaking on that for those who that's their love language, because everybody has a different love language. So that just may be that person's love language. I'm not saying everybody has to come that way. And when you're in a relationship with somebody, you get to know what their love language is. So you'll know, this is a sign that they're showing you, hey, I care about you, or, I'm interested in you. So that's not, I agree with you, Michael Shawn. I understand your point. And yeah.
All right. Well, Financial Rebel, we apologize.
No, you know what? Because
we spun off on the financial.
The Financial Rebel at the Financial Rebel. We apologize.
You were a financial relationship expert. I mean, like,
No, don't throw me in that. No.
But you are, because you're married and you have experience. When I say expert, I mean that you have experience and you have things that you can pass on to other people, because you've
I got more questions though, but yeah, we gotta do this more.
Every Monday, Money Mondays. Every Monday at 8:30 Eastern, we have the Financial Rebel will be joining the show. You said you had one more question for Mo before we wrap up, because we over.
We got time. Yeah, we over now, right? So I'll save it for next week.
We'll save it for next week.
You want to save it? You sure?
Nah, well, I was going to ask, since we're talking relationships, we're talking money. Who pays? Who should pay the bills?
All right, we'll save that for next week, because because that's
I got a lot to say on that.
That's another 30 minutes. That's easy. Because independent women. It's 2021.
I got a lot to say about that.
I don't need no man, but I do need a man. Yeah, so yeah. That can spin.
And I ain't nobody's roommate either, but go ahead.
Oh.
All right, y'all. Thank you.
See you on Monday.
If you have any financial questions, at the Financial Rebel on Instagram, he's here every Monday. Make sure you go check him out. DM him, follow him. He's got a great Instagram page that gives a lot of information, and make sure you check that out. Also, shout out to Shawnee Scott, who is not here today. She had a bunch of stuff she had to do. Shout out to Kelly JTV. Kelly, I see you doing your thing. I see you doing your thing, mama. Once again, shout out to everybody who came to the comedy show last night. Shout out to all the comedians. Shout out to Sexy Mo, Jay Black. And we end the show as usual. Love me for who I am, not who you want me to be, because I could never be that. And understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed. It will end. So enjoy every minute, every second. You fight for for everything. Make sure you fight for your happiness and never let somebody take that away. This is Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Yeah!
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, where nothing's off limits. Free Agent Radio.